today. It's not raining. Today is bus clean out day. I've been up since 5 a.m. I should probably drink a coffee. You gonna make yourself a coffee? You gonna do it cold? What are you gonna put it in? You don't even have a cup. Okay. Am I gonna drive to the store? I could drive to the store. Let's drive to the store really quickly and go grab a coffee, and then I'll let my Juul charge. Watch out! Move, move, move! Please don't just lay. Oh God, you're gonna fall off the bed. Orly, move! Jesus. Ah! Thanks. Fucking love it. Fucking dog. Yeah, see how much easier it is when you actually, like, don't just, like, lay right in the spot that I'm trying to climb in. That hurt. I did not ask you to come out. Sir, no. Bro. Don't you dare try to sneak past me right now. Back it up. Okay, well let me. Right. Golly, bud, you are on a roll. All right, let's run to the store real quick. Let's go get a coffee. We'll give Adam card back real quick. $20 should be fine. My bus is sinking into the fucking river. Here's your card. I'm gonna run to go get some coffee real quick. You need anything from the gas station?
Not right now.
Okay. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start fucking with my bus. Will you do me since you're outside, will you do a perimeter check on the bus's back tire in that river? Just to make sure it's okay? Like as per your judgment? Okay. I'm gonna go in there as soon as I get back and start fucking throwing everything away. This is a new suit. No cross-contamination. Yeah, no, this is a new suit that I just put on. He's looking at it. Does it look good? Yay! Thank you. I'm still so grateful for you getting these fucking Tyvek thing. Thank you so much. I love it. It's my favorite. right where the emergency window, the far left of the emergency window, how if you go up, there's a rivet line right there. If you go up there and you look at it from the roof, there's like no caulking in that groove right there. So I'm pretty sure that if I just clean out that groove really good and recaulk it, I think that will solve the problem. But I do need
exactly
a
where
tarp.
my bus is leaking though too, is that same fucking spot.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I can think to do is fucking repaint and caulk my entire roof.
Let's do that this summer.
It's this summer, yeah.
Yeah. Your roof needs a repaint anyway. I'll buy the paint and you can just use it. If you'll help me do it, I'll buy the paint. I'm so glad he slept good. He got good sleep. Hi, neighbor. No semis. Low fuel. Well, it's a good thing I brought a 20. See, my Juul has to charge. I almost just got in the bus and started working. And then I was like, let me check my Juul to see if it's fully charged. I had told myself last night, charge your Juul, charge your green medicine vape, charge your phone, charge the tablet. First thing in the morning, you're getting up and you're going to work in the bus. You know, you got to do this shit. And so it's going to do that. Then I woke up accidentally at 5 o'clock this morning. And so I've been awake since 5. I laid down at like 9. I closed my eyes just to like get into like a meditative state for like 30 minutes. Holy fuck. Oh shit, we're flooding. You guys, you know what I just realized? My land down south in Wolf Creek, you know that my bus was parked right on the creek, like right on the creek. But I was like 40 or 50 feet up in the air. Roxanne, however, was parked down low, below the river line. She was parked, her whole everything, her garden, her barn, her shower setup, her bus, everything is like in a flood zone. I saw a post online from somebody who said that like there's an RV parked there that is also parked like close to the creek, and the RV park were flooded. The water was coming up over the creek and going like flooding the parking spots and everything like that. Like it's flooding, and they are high up. Like they're higher up than she is. Like she has to drive down to get to her property. So like, God, I would love to know. And someone stole my camera. Someone stole my security camera out of my yard, trying to stop me from being able to like document everything they did, not realizing that everything is being saved onto a fucking on a drive. So you can take the camera all you want. That's not the only camera. So I did my other cameras. I just haven't fucking bothered with going through them all right now. But I did get my other cameras. So eventually I will be going through those and just seeing everything. Because I had a camera funny enough, on the tree that fell on my bus, there was a camera up in that tree. And then there was a camera that was facing the very front of my bus that was by my shower setup that was hidden. So I have a direct line on my front door. I have a direct line on my whole yard. I can see my whole yard from the camera angle. So can't wait to see. But I wish I had a live stream of a camera right now, because God, Lord Jesus, I'm curious. I'm curious if she's flooded out right now. That poor girl. Poor thing. Everything she owns getting flooded out. Man, oh man. That must be terrible for her. Am I on four-wheel drive? Yeah, I am on four-wheel drive. Shooby-dooby-doop-doop-doop. Oh. I'm about to find out here in just a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go inside and do pay things and stuff. Man, I'm really curious though. I'm so curious. Daylight come and me. Where the hell does the spoons come from? Man, I really, 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 really wish that I had a camera over there on my property right now. Yeah, I mean, it's just gross to breathe in droppings. Like, you can get sick from just, there's a, it's not even just hantavirus, there's also bacterial infections that you can get. So, hantavirus is a worry, but not really, because I don't really, like, there's been no cases anywhere near me. 1750 and then I go home. My truck thinks it's a diesel. Daylight come and we won't go bus. That's the first taste of coffee I've had in like fucking a week or so. One of my stalker pages apparently doesn't have me blocked. This one retard who has, I'm pretty sure it's Crystal, just another one of her like many fake accounts, but had commented something on one of my posts or whatever, and so like I went to the page, just like I thought I had blocked this person, but maybe I just blocked them from YouTube and not TikTok. But anyway, so I blocked this person, and when I did, you know how at the underneath their profile photo where their bio usually is, when you click on someone new, it'll show you like people you may know, friends of friends, whatever. And the very first thing that popped up was a picture of me with my dog's donut thing on his head, on my head. And it was, the page was called Lean Into the Cringe. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, huh. So they don't have me blocked. That's weird. They want me to find it. That's interesting. I didn't go click on the page because like I literally don't care. But what was funny about it was the fact that they used the profile photo. Like, do you actually think I give a flying fuck what I look like on the internet? Like, I don't. I thought that this was like really well established by now. So you can't embarrass me by taking screenshots of me being like stupid, goofy, silly, whatever. You can't take photographs like that and then use them against me. Cause like, I don't get embarrassed. Literally, modesty is out the window for me when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, I don't get embarrassed for being like a person, like a human. Like I gave birth, okay? I gave birth in front of like 10 to 15 people, okay? Literally surrounding me. I looked up at one point and there were literally just everyone I knew right there, 4 feet away. And then the lady who was delivering my baby took the turd that was coming out of my ass and threw it away. Because I shit myself the entire time I was in labor. Because I couldn't go into labor, like, well, Elliot didn't want to come out. And so my midwife gave me tea on the day I gave birth. She's on the last possible day that I could have a home birth. I mean, on the absolute, I was 42 weeks pregnant, okay? So on the last possible day, legally, I could have a home birth. She gave me this tea, and it's like, you know, it gets the guts all going, which fucking sent me immediately into labor. But it was like black and blue cohosh and shepherd's purse and like chamomile and some other things. But that, man, it made me give birth. And it also made me shit myself like I was a tube of toothpaste. So, like, I've also been to jail, okay? And there are male guards, okay? They do have men in the jail. So, yeah, like, I don't have that, like, thing that makes me feel shame or whatever. But it's just funny. It is really hilarious. And so my goal is to give them as many moments like that as possible at this juncture in my life. Because I'm not going to try to look pretty for some fucking people on the internet. If I'm not going to doll myself up to go to Walmart, you better be fucking believe I'm not going to doll myself up to go on a goddamn live stream. I'll change my underwear before I get in the car and drive anywhere, because my grandma said, she always said, Heather, don't ever wear dirty underwear. What if you get in a car accident and then you have dirty underwear and they have to cut your clothes off of you? So I've always thought about that. So I always change my underwear before I go to Walmart. Hey, Mr. Policeman, it would be sure nice if you followed up on that report I sent you. I wonder if I could back my truck up right there. And then I could just throw stuff into the back of the truck. Let me ask Adam. Hell's yeah! No way! Congratulations, Emily! Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, that's so cool. You have to email me. Show it off to me. Of course, there's a whole string of traffics. I just want to turn around in my driveway, man. It ain't that big of a deal. Nah, just be patient. Daylight come and me won't go ham. Wrong way. Boop, I touched my bus. That's true, Gia. I never thought of that. Or at least I haven't. I just don't really think about accidents that much. Like, I really do my best to not think about that kind of stuff. So, like, it's just one of those things that's like a force of habit. Before I go anywhere, before I leave my house, I put on clean underwear. It's just one of those things. So it's not even like I have to think about an accident or anything to do it. It's just done. Where'd my hat go? friggin' fragging me? Don't come here and be a stinky. Fucking just stepped in shit. Oh, it's hot in here. Great googly moogly. All right, let me put my keys down. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Careful, careful, guys. Oh my God. Get down. Get down. Get down. Good God. Y'all just almost really caused a little bit of a problem. Can you move your tail, bud? No, you're just gonna. Okay, I'm stepping on it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Ah. Orly, no, sir. Let me do my coffee. Back up. Back up. Big it up. Big it up. Big it up. Now it's warming up and I'm getting hot. Too many layers on. Okay, I'm just pressing a lot of buttons here. Oh, it smells so good in here. It's so weird. It literally smells like my bus, like with maybe a tinge of funkiness, but for the majority. Fuck me. Oh, God. I'm so glad I have my bus back too, Sue. Okay. The fuck is that? Okay. Put your hat on first. I'm gonna overheat. God fucking damn it. Okay, well, let's immediately leave. Immediately take off some layers before I get too involved. I'm fucking overheating. Good God. Yeah, well, a big fuck you, bitch. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Got caught around my words. Bracelet. Oh man, my BO smells so good. What the hell? Okay. Damn. It smells so good right now. What the fuck? Usually it smells like onions. Did I leave my mask next door? just grab this one just to be safe. I'm every early 90s bully. Okay. Like, what's going on here? Okay, there you go. That's the one. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you be? Please, won't you be my neighbor? What's my name? Come tank. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same. Yeah, I did lose my other mask. Okay, cool. I'm glad I brought this one. Oh no, there it is right there. Thanks, babe. It's fucking hot in here. Son of a bitch. That was not supposed to happen. It's literally fucking freezing ass cold. There's snow on the ground. So, okay, so this window is also leaking. Awesome. I need a fucking tarp. Where's my big tarp? I think it might be in my storage unit. Pretty sure it's in my storage unit. I should go get my tarp. I have like a 40-foot tarp. Geo, that means that your phone number has been sold. Crystal did that to me and Josh, the troll. She gave my phone number to the, so your phone number is circulating on the dark web. So you need to like try to get basically the only way to really get rid of it is to change your phone number. That's the only way. But your information is being sold. I think I'm hot because I have coffee sweats. All right, let's get real stoned. Let's put some music on or something. Yeah, I get them all the time, but I only got them once, like, since Crystal started doing her bullshit. My obsessed fan. Your phone number has been sold and your information is being traded on the black market.
Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. You talk about the followers of this movement deferred to a leader they believe has been anointed by God. They embrace the illusion that the righteous will be saved, floating naked upwards into heaven, which isn't a bad way to float to heaven. At the end of time, and the secularists they despise will perish. This retreat into magical thinking, which is the foundation of all totalitarian movements, explains their suffering. It helps them cope with despair and anxiety. It gives them the illusion of security. It also ensures retribution against a long list of enemies: liberals, intellectuals, gays, immigrants, the deep state, blamed for their economic and social misery. Some of those people actually deserve it, though. You say Carl Polanyi in the, am I pronouncing that correctly? Polanyi?
Polanyi.
Polanyi, in The Great Transformation, writes that once a society surrenders to the dictates of the market, once its mafia economy becomes a mafia state, once it succumbs to what he calls the ravages of this satanic mill, it inevitably leads to the demolition of society. The mafia state cannot be reformed. We must organize to break our chains one by one, to use the power of the strike to cripple the state machinery. We must embrace a militant radicalism, one that offers a new vision and a new social structure. We must hold fast to moral imperatives. We must forgive mortgages and student debt, institute universal health care, and break up monopolies like BlackRock. We must raise the minimum wage and end the squandering of resources and funds to sustain the empire and the war industry. We must establish a nationwide jobs program to rebuild the country's collapsing infrastructure. As long as that jobs program doesn't come with imprisoning the Japanese like it did the first time. We must nationalize the banks, pharmaceutical corporations, military contractors, and transportation, and embrace environmentally sustainable energy sources. None of this will happen until we resist. And so I agree that the future and the hope is what you're talking about there, what Shama talks about, workers uniting across, but it's got to be a class movement. It has to have a class critique.
That's right.
And it can't start with LGBTQ, and it can't start with white supremacy, and it has to just be class, right? Am I wrong about this?
Right. Yeah, and that's why I was with Shama this weekend the meeting she had in Seattle, because she embraces that, and so do I. I remember once talking to Ralph Nader, and he said, look, who cares whether they support Trump or they don't support Trump if you're trying to organize a union for a Walmart? He said that's what we've got to do. We've got to organize unions to confront Walmart and Amazon. And of course we're going to, if especially in Walmarts and probably in Amazon distribution centers as well, you're going to run into a lot of true supporters. But the point is to challenge the real centers of power, which are corporate or oligarchic. And that in and of itself, these are Nader's words, is an educational process, because when these centers of powers react, they teach you who has power and what the cost of confronting power is. But yes, I know you've long said this, Timmy, I'm in total agreement. This is where Shama's coming from. It's also something I've always said. These woke campaigns, this kind of virtue signaling has just been an effective way to sever us, in particular from the white working class. And that, whose interest does that serve? Ask yourself.
That's right. Who benefits? And I was also educated on this by Christian Parente, when he told me that this isn't, this stuff didn't start 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, but this started immediately after World War II, when the deep state got in bed with the NGOs, like the Rockefeller Foundation and the Ford Foundation, and they pushed identity politics. And whenever there was a class movement, that they always tried to sabotage that, right? They didn't kill Martin Luther King because he integrated the lunch counters, right? That they all made money off of that, but when he did a Poor People's March on
See, I told you. I literally been screaming this from the rooftop.
Same thing with
Thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you so much, Jimmy. He's fucking saying it. No one else has ever said that but me. So nice to hear that.
So, a lot of times people have criticized you for being a doomsayer, right?
Oh my God, I can't believe he literally said the same.
Identifying the problem. But
He
you
fucking
also
said it,
criticized
bro.
you wouldn't give people a solution. Well, there it is.
He fucking
So there's the
said it.
solution. You got the solution. And people need, I've been preaching this everywhere I go, on stage, off stage.
Oh my
on
God,
show,
they're okay.
that, we need to come together. My neighbor is not my enemy. My neighbor is suffering under the same oligarchy that I'm suffering under, and we have a common enemy. And we need to come together to fight.
Well, if
that
you got a
common
new
enemy.
phone number,
Yeah,
then,
at the end of my book,
it's the other person who
American
had your number
I
who's...
write that, because the
numbers
and I
sold,
went
but
there
your
with a
numbers
legal
just in
bias,
circulation. There's
leaning
nothing you can
towards
do.
these people. But when I heard their
Just the way of
stories
it.
of dislocation,
These
evictions,
are,
sexual, domestic abuse,
are you gonna,
substance abuse, you'd have to be heartless not to feel for them. And
these are, wasp, I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a wasp, like, lays its eggs in the bark of an oak tree. An oak gall, like a gall stone. These are called galls. So it's a wasp gall. And when you crush this up and you treat it the same way, that you treat any kind of dyeing clothes. You want to use an iron oxide to help, like, do the thing. And it makes natural black dye. I harvested these off the trees in my yard. Aww, baby. There's no way to fix this either because I didn't seal these paintings. They're just ruined forever. Oh, that sucks balls. I cannot believe he said the words
that many of them endured. And at the end of the book, I said, look, you're not going to argue these people out of their magical thinking because it's the only thing they have left to cope with a world that has been unremittingly hostile towards their existence. You have to reintegrate them economically into the society, give them a sense of stability, give them a sense of worth, give them enough of an income where, they can have dignity and a sense of meritocracy. And I said, short of that, the movement will only expand and grow. So it's always rooted in that economic issue, and why we have to recover the language of class war. And I think people, you're right that they criticize me, but I've been saying this for a really long time. But that's the thing they don't want to hear, because every election cycle, they get seduced by the giant propaganda machine, and they have to vote for Barack Obama or Kamala Harris or whoever it is who is within that dead system, that dead zone, that really is not only not going to assist them, but is their enemy. And these people are not, the Democratic Party leadership is not a friend of the working class. I mean, the Republican Party isn't either, but neither is the Democrats. They sold us out in the worst way. I mean, we should have walked out on the Democratic Party in 1994 with NAFTA.
with a G, gall, G-A-L-L, yes.
But Bill Clinton was, and the media was on his side on that. So that's the problem. And so we, places like your show, this show, Glenn Greenwald, that were the antidote to that media, and that's why they try to suppress us. And you've been deplatformed plenty, and we always have to look over our shoulders with the banking. Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
The fucking mask. That fast. They're called oak galls, and they are natural black dye. And I harvested them last year. All right, let's see here.
Let's get into it. So this is the clip. I want to show you guys this clip.
Overheating.
This is the one that's circulating all around the Korean internet. It's been really pissing people off, let's say. So I'm going to let you guys watch the whole thing, and then I'll comment on it.
If y'all give me the support and the donations and the love, the power chats, the crypto donations, I'm ready, bro. If y'all want chaos, let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil.
There's the quote. There's the bastion of evil quote. That's what I think a lot of people are going on. Is that, that's what, and to be very fair, this is the point. I'm going to pause out. I'll play the rest. But to be very fair, that's what his chat wants him to do. They want him to go out there and do crazy, wild stuff. They want him to get arrested. They want him to get hurt. They want him to get pepper sprayed. They want him to get beat. They want him to get punched. His chat
This is
wants,
this
right?
rock
They want
is
that.
like
Very
I
few
think
supporters, but 40
sandstone or
people in
like
Hank
whatever. I
that
found it
are,
at the beach.
still backing
There
him.
may be a fossil
They are
inside of
trying to
it,
put him in
and one
dangerous
day it may
situations,
crack
and
open.
that's why
But
he
I
is,
use it
he
to
has
massage
adopted
my
this
back
role
when
because he's
I'm
gotten
really
into
struggling.
so deep into
I
his
put it
chat
on the
that
knot and I lay
he's
down and I push.
that's all he's got is this persona.
I do that and then I do
Which, by the
yoga
way,
for
is a
3
tough act
days. I
because he
rub
doesn't
my
actually go out
muscles
and
with
do
this.
any
I
of the things he
stretch.
says.
I
He
do
says he's going
yoga.
to go out
I
and
might
do
do
a
some
stream.
like
He says he's
light
going to go confront
weightlifting as well.
Ice Poseidon
And
and
then
the whole
usually
group
on day
in
3,
Korea. He
maybe
hasn't
day
done any of
4,
that.
when I
Right?
use
It's
my
tough,
roller,
but
the thing that
don't
makes you
actually
crack
do
your
it.
back,
If you
the
want to see
blue roller
anarchy, if
thing.
you're an anarchist,
I'll use that,
and
and I
you want
swear,
somebody
dude,
that is gonna
my
crash
back will
out
crack in every
with
place it
no
needs to,
remorse,
and like
with
I've
no
regained feeling in my
sense
fingers and
of
stuff.
self-worth, with
I
no
love this rock.
sense of self-preservation,
There's
I
like
will be your man. And
flotsam in
building up the
here, so I think I'm just
Johnny
gonna like.
Pirates, this pirate gang from the beginning. And every kid here right now is gonna be a witness to what we're gonna create.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's like all 10 people. It's like because he does a lot of botted views on his party count.
That
But
hard
it's like actually
glass,
like 10, 20 people.
boraslite glass or
Oh,
something
no,
like that. It's got
yeah.
opal in it. You can
Can
see
I
the
get a
opal.
yeah? I'm ready to crash out on the streets and die for you, bro. I have body scars. I got scars just sliced my fucking forehead when I was in Israel. I got
These
battle
are like
scars.
we got this one in Bend. These are all the rocks that Elliot and I have collected over the years from all of our adventures.
So still ready to get out there and be that bastion of evil chaos. There's some language in there that can also imply he's going to, engage in incitement, all the other stuff. You know, media is not too happy about that. That you're in the middle of a trial, you've got these charges against you, the Korean media,
Somehow
and
it's
you're saying you're going
arrived.
to go out there and still be this person. Kind of crazy. So tell us you had a second part 2. Had a part 2 video, so I wanted to go through that. I really enjoyed going through the first one. I'm going to try to go through as fast as we can, and if it just is, if there's a part where he explains it, all right, I will. But there's a lot of background here that I want you guys
It's a
to
rock.
get. So let me play this out for you guys.
Trigger's in complete denial that he ruined his own life. I mean, it's so bad that he doesn't even understand the world
Can't
of
see it,
trouble
whatever.
he's actually in. Things have just got so bad for this.
Actually, I think I'll say this. I think he actually he is starting to understand that he's boxed in to this persona, so he can't back out of it.
Guy that he is now promising to go back to harassing people in public while his trial is ongoing because he no longer cares, I guess.
If y'all want chaos,
A
let me
fossilized
be
top
your
of a
conduit.
crab.
Let me be your bastion of the evil. If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no
Lava.
sense of self-worth,
Found that
with
quartz
no
in my yard.
sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
As if you think he couldn't do anything.
It clearly has. I mean, that is very. That part is true. He has no sense of self-preservation because he's digging himself deeper.
Dumber.
He needs
Doing
money.
this
He's
during his
desperate for
ongoing
money.
criminal trial. He surprises us yet again. So obviously, we're talking about the IRL streamer Johnny Smalley, who's recently been held in Korea for months after streaming himself commit multiple felonies in Korea for donations and attention. This has obviously backfired a bunch against him because he's his own star witness against himself. Currently, he's facing several charges, some of which he's already pleaded guilty to, which I've already covered here on this channel since I flew out to South Korea for his trial. And going into that trial, I don't know why, but I thought maybe, just maybe he would be respectful and play it a little bit smart for, a better shot at a lighter sentence.
And that's, by the way, what everybody thought. So every person I've spoken to is shocked that he did not play the role. And the fact that he came in not playing that role is wild in Korean court. It is insane. to come in and have the bravado, the attitude, the disrespect, the lateness, the hungover, not giving a saying that it's not a big deal, publicly, open, on stream. This is something that's unprecedented. Probably even once again, even in America, this would be crazy, but Korea, it's doubly crazy because of the amount of disrespect for the court it shows, which is very dispositive.
But I was so incredibly wrong. I mean, the dude showed up over an hour late to his own trial, still drunk, because he decided to live stream drunk just hours before he had to wake up for his early morning trial. But as you guys know from watching my previous video, the trial couldn't have gone worse for him. He made an absolute terrible impression on the judge, and he accidentally leaked new charges against himself while he was drunk the night before. And I guess, like, as if things couldn't get more ironic, his case number ends with 666. So, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's a wild coincidence. And also, every clip that we're going to watch in today's video, he will only make things infinitely worse for himself as each clip goes by. Because I keep saying this guy somehow always finds the dumbest way possible to react to every situation that he's in. It's like he's trying to go for a maximum sentence for all of his charges here. And the prosecutors and judge will see all of these videos here. I mean, now even the Korean media is calling for a harsh punishment for him.
This is the professor, so that, real quick, that was the professor that he brought up. This is the professor that is very connected, who said, we need to set an example of good punishment. When actually the literal translation is, we need like an aggressive punishment.
Petrified
so, like, no
wood?
slap on the wrist, aggressive punishment. That was the language of this professor, and there's more that he goes into. But people are aware and talking about it. It's not just us YouTubers or us foreigners. It is the Korean media themselves and the Korean people themselves that are pissed about this.
So there's a lot of pressure for this guy not to walk. And of course, he's his own star witness in making everything worse for himself. As he even confirmed in this video, what we observed in the trial was true. He was indeed drunk.
I hate to sing like long live China, stuff like that, but bro, I'm slurring, I'm drunk.
This guy just consistently removes any plausible deniability from his own trial. But he did a breakdown where he talked about his side of the trial, and this is where we learned how delusional this dude really is.
I'm gonna give you guys the post-trial breakdown. We have all this news right here from Korea and other sources. I want you guys to send me in the Discord right now to react.
Damn, dude.
So
I bought
Ramsey is
these for
asking
Elliot, and he
there's
never
like
used them.
3 different Korean reporters in there. There's another foreign reporter in there. There's about 10 of us, other than the reporters, right? Just like another 10 of us in the courtroom. Me, Atozi,
Bummer,
the
dude.
professor, there's a bunch of others that were in there.
Bet I could sell
All
them.
of us are incorrect and lying completely about everything I had said. And it's only Ramsey that's telling the truth. If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you in Atlantis, okay? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
I
give
got
you
a
the whole
vaccine to
video
sell
on
ya.
the altered true story, because I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
If
I
this
swear
is
to God,
true,
if I just
well, first of all,
broke that
I think he's
fucking
full of
glove,
shit,
I'm gonna be
right?
so pissed.
Second of all, if it was true, that is instant contempt of court. That would be super easy. I would love for him to show this magical footage, which doesn't exist, right? That most likely does not exist. But if it does exist, right, that's instant contempt of court. So either way, Ramsey, right, it's either bluster, you know, which it probably is. With Ramsey, 99.9% is bluster, right? But even beyond that, if it's not, it's contempt of court. So I'm okay with that. You know, once again, reporting him for contempt of court, I mean, which way are you going to go here? If he did actually report something. And once again, if he reported anything, it would just confirm what we said. Of course, that would be very much illegal, very much in contempt, pretty much directly.
They're claiming that like I came in and I was blindsided by the fact that I had a new charge and was like sitting in the wrong place and was nervous. This was agrees, and the only reason I'm ready to start going live again, because honestly I have no fear. Like that's really, these people are clout chasing off my name so badly. Like look at it. I got these Packers from Pakistan saying I arrived late and hungover. Okay, they're not lying about that part. I'll give you that. I was
So already making a confession that he was drunk and hungover, which is once again the court's going to hear that, right?
Okay, so why would you risk extending your sentences by acting like a complete moron? It's also everything that he's done between these charges that also goes into account for when they're choosing how harsh they're going to be during the sentencing.
damn,
And it
dude.
doesn't help that everything he's
Fucking
done
rats,
basically
man.
since he was served with
Need
this criminal
everything.
lawsuit has hurt him more than helped him. It
What
just
the
seems
fuck?
like he's
They,
still
like, went in
operating
here?
like he's in the U.S.
How does
Like,
rat poop
no,
get in the
most
bag?
likely you wouldn't get any serious prison time for any of these antics in the U.S. But in South Korea, the country that's held him in limbo there for
I'm
over
never
4
letting him
months
play
against
with
his
them,
will,
so-
clearly they operate differently. So why would you ever act like a moron and test your luck when you really don't have to?
Shut his Hey, shut that pepper spray and everything right now.
There you go. Threatening him with pepper spray. Literally right in the video, flashing the pepper spray, right? In a menacing way, saying he's going to come after him and pepper spray him, right? That's a threat right there. That's a direct threat.
Okay, these were all sealed up,
That is
thank
a
God.
clear and direct threat. In the U.S., you could definitely
Sealed
get
up,
a restraining
thank
order on this,
God.
for sure. 100%.
But he did go on to talk about why he pleaded guilty.
Why I pled guilty 2 days ago or yesterday? It's because, bro, do you think I want to sit in this country any longer? Bro, if they got you for some, bro, I'm telling you, everything I pled guilty yesterday is like $50 fines, $100 fines. Playing music on a bus, spilling a cup of noodles, carrying a... Bro, they trying to charge me for carrying a dead fish and saying, do you want to eat fish? It's in quotations on the indictment. That's the indictment right here. It says you told someone, do you want to
World.
eat fish? In what country is that a charge?
When you harass
Arizona.
people with anything, it's a charge, right? When you're going up and harassing people repeatedly and making them uncomfortable and, you know, disrupting businesses, that is illegal, right? In many different countries. So yes, you can get trespassed, you can have harassment charges filed against you. There's a lot of stuff that can go with that in any country, in many countries. In fact, in some countries, you know, you harass people and, you know, the justice might just be dealt out immediately. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think I'm really going to sit there and argue with the judge over $100 fine? I'm guilty, so what? I'll pay it.
$100 fine is a total misnomer. And here's a new piece of information, brand new information. So Ramsey flashed a bunch of papers, and one of the papers that he flashed was, of course, the new charge about the deepfake and the fact that that's going to go to the prosecutors in the Eastern District, so that case will proceed. But beyond that, he also flashed another paper, which was just translated, and the Koreans that have looked at this have now, you know, said, oh, look, there's something else. One of the other papers he flashed says he already owes 1 million won to somebody. Now, it's not clear for what exactly and who exactly, but he clearly already owes, the paper was very clear, he already owes 1 million won, which at this point, let me do the 1 million won conversion rate. I know the won is not
Like
doing too
600
great
bucks.
right now, but that's already, what is that? 689 USD, so almost 700 bucks. So he already owes almost 700 bucks. There's no $100 fine.
Sometimes
And
I
that's
wonder where I
before
get this
anything else.
information
That's
from.
before anything else is hit. So he already owes somebody 700 bucks. So pay your 700 bucks to whoever you owe it. He's already been hit with that. That's already there. It's like solid. He owes that. Pay your money, right? He's already got that. And he can't even read these.
I'm so
complaints
lucky
or
that I do
indictments
not
and
get
charges, most of them are in Korean.
fucking
So he doesn't really.
itchy
And once again,
plants.
I don't think his public
Poison ivy,
defender
poison
is
oak.
explaining these things to him well, or maybe he's leading them down this path. But it's definitely already beyond $100.
All right, hold on.
So all exaggeration. He already owes that money, guys. Like, that's hilarious. And that only was found out because he was an idiot. He flashed these Korean papers that he has no idea what they say. But guess what? There's Koreans who understand Korean. There's actually foreigners who understand Korean too.
The police don't joke. I know Japan did all sarcasm, but really in Korea, the police have no sarcasm. Really, they really are onto this. They think it's not a game.
Yeah, it's a
It's
really
hard
great
to
idea to
understand
use
sarcasm when
sarcasm.
there's a language
in a
barrier
foreign
and you're not
country.
familiar with it. And being sarcastic to someone who has your freedom in their hands, that's definitely not the bright thing to do.
So the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny because
Absolutely terrible. It was a 5-minute long trial.
10 minutes, but yeah.
They just said, what's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation? Come back April 9th. Don't be late next time.
Yeah, well, that's simplifying things a little bit too much. It was a little over
Yeah.
10 minutes,
Yeah.
and in that short amount of time, you disrespected the judge, the prosecutors, and pled guilty for 3 charges. One of those charges included a felony, and you have more charges coming your way, and seemingly a separate case where you will now be tried as a repeat offender. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't say that was well for you. But in frustration, he then continues to disrespect the judge.
Essentially, he got in trouble for, number 1, wearing the hat.
I didn't get in trouble. I don't speak Korean. Said take the hat off. I don't know what these guys he said. Said take the hat off. I don't know what the.
Whoa, there's a screw there.
Some-
You think the judge is not going
Not
to see
me
that?
dumping a
Judge on
fucking
it? Right.
screw
Once again,
into
this
the
racist stuff, that's going to get back.
told me to take the hat off. I took it off. He was carrying a water bottle. Is that a like what? Like bro, they take the most little and try to be like
The thing is, he doesn't realize, like, with courtroom procedure, little things are a big deal. In the court, little things are a massive deal, right? The court is one of the most formal areas out there, period.
Okay,
right?
now we have
It is a
one
big deal.
clean
And it's not a
square.
little thing.
they told
Sort
him
of.
to take the hat off. Well, what? Like what are you talking
How
about?
stupid you have to be. I mean, like, what do you mean talking the most little shit? I went there to report exactly what happened within those closed doors. So I'm walking everyone through from start to finish of what happened in that trial. Does it bother me that I had a water bottle? No, not at all. But at the time of this stream, no one knew exactly what happened in that courtroom except the people that were inside the courtroom. Which is why as soon as the trial was over, I needed to get out of the building so I could go live for you guys. I tried to go live outside the courthouse, but my 4G connection was not good enough. So we then went to the nearby Starbucks and went live.
4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which you just discovered about,
How did I just discover about it? I can pull out the paper with the date on it that proves and show it to this camera that I knew about every single charge. They just make a. He didn't know. He didn't. No,
he didn't know.
you didn't know.
He didn't have the. No, we knew. We all knew. I literally was the one that dropped it, so of course we knew, right? Like I knew. He flashed this paper pretending that he knew what the charge was. The paper was for the deep fake charge. It wasn't even for the one before that court. That charge for the deep fake isn't even in this court case. It's a whole separate court case. It's a whole separate court case. So he didn't even. That's how dumb he is. He doesn't even understand what's going on. And then he doxed himself by doing that. And one of the other papers he showed he owes $1 million won. So the only thing he did is self-own in this evening, which is beautiful. It is so beautiful and poetic. But the only thing he did by all of this raging and coping is own himself.
Your brain. I'm gonna fly 7,000 miles in the
Oh
across
my
the world.
goodness, I
to
just
watch a
found.
5-minute hearing.
Oh my
They
god,
said,
there's my
"What's your
kitty's
name? What's your
hair in
address?
here.
What's your occupation?
Oh my god.
April 9th. Minor tickets, fines. I don't know what this guy's gonna be an O.J. Simpson trial.
The dude is just so mad that people showed up and told
Oh,
the world
my
how cool
silky
he seems to
girl.
be. Like, the only good thing he has going for himself here
I saved
is
a bunch
at
of my
least he's
cat's
stuck in
fur.
an awesome country. But a Korean lawyer did also come out and share his
Oh, my
opinion that a
girl.
slap on the wrist is not really in the cards for
My
Johnny here.
beautiful,
So I
beautiful
shared this on
girl.
X, right? So this is a Korean lawyer's opinion,
Aw.
right? And they said, number one, right, this is going to, obviously, once he's done, he'll be deported, right? Once he serves his time. So this is the part here. This is a Korean lawyer saying this. Kim explained that if the court imposes a prison sentence, he will have to serve his term in a local prison. So this is, once again, people like to say, oh, Andrew, you're not a Korean lawyer. Hear it from a Korean lawyer. Has to go to a local prison first. After he completes his time, then he has to leave the country and is detained in the immigration center until departure. So literally, once he is sentenced to prison, he's going to be broken up from Hanky Poo. They're no longer going to have their midnight sessions, and he's going to be sent directly to prison, and there's going to be no reunion. He's going to go right to the immigration detention center. He's not going to be free, and then he's going to be put on a plane out of there, right? That's the process, right? And look what the lawyer says. Considering the multiple charges against Ishmael and the serious nature of his offenses, it's unlikely he will receive a lighter penalty. So saying that he's going to get a relatively
Either. So,
severe
Johnny-
penalty. It won't be $500, right? We're talking thousands at a minimum.
He can just spin it however he wants, but the fact of the matter is, he cannot return to the U.S. right now, no matter how much he wants to.
You're the one who looks so dumb.
mushroom.
I don't get any jail time or anything. I'm gonna laugh.
The reishi mushroom that we picked on a hike.
Look, I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this because
We got this
gonna be a fine.
and out at a waterfall.
I'm just gonna pay it and leave, bro. Like you can't go to jail. Bro. You can't. You literally cannot.
I mean, again, I wouldn't really say that's a good strategy for his trial, but it's not like anything he's done has been a good strategy for his trial. So it's not like too much
I don't remember what these metal things are, but I know I
find
like
out what
some.
actually happens. But if you want to see the full coverage of the trial, you can watch this video right here.
A+ content. He did a really good job of synthesizing that content and putting it together. You know, there's a lot of information on Johnny Somali, and it's a little bit of an information overload. So I do appreciate that he has a really great ability to synthesize that and make it in digestible videos that are in short form.
Mom, it looks like a heart. Can I paint it like a heart? Oh, thanks, Diana. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I was really sick for a while there. Shell. Another shell. Tiny little Lego piece. Please. Oh. Oh no! Damn it!
Woke
No.
The arrests and indictments are finally coming. Well, yeah, according to this illustration made by DeFrancer Memes that just perfectly highlighted the situation happening right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, as all of those pardons that Joe Biden issued within the last few minutes that made him look absolutely awful, that showed everyone just how corrupted, evil, and vile his rule was, are now being put in question, specifically with Donald Trump saying, I think they're void. What will happen here, as some online influencers like Alex Jones are calling this a major political earthquake that will soon have a lot of people arrested and indicted. Now, this is big news. This is huge here, as now Donald Trump saying that all the pardons are void and vacant because of a, quote, auto pen. Now, what is an auto pen? It's a device that signs signatures for somebody else, especially if someone isn't capable of signing signatures or competent enough, making, of course, contracts null and void, specifically if they were previously faked.
Why would you do
This
that?
is a legal argument that Donald Trump is making, that soon some judges will be looking at it and interpreting and potentially ruling on the faith of Hunter Biden, Anthony Fauci, and a lot of other individuals, including General Mark Milley and the J6 committee, as Donald Trump is bringing this up for a very specific reason, as there's now videos circulating the internet showing all of these pardons and showing how they are exactly the same with no deviation from all. if you know this.
Biden didn't really sign the pardons? Is that what
signature.
someone's
I mean, I look at
implying?
my checkbook and I'm like, yeah, sometimes the I's a little off. Sometimes I don't even write the K. Sometimes it's just scribble scrabble. Sometimes I'm just not really kind of even feel. They're not identical all the time as the
Well, no, Diane, because he's Israel
Joe
first.
Biden wasn't making these decisions, wasn't personally signing off on these pardons, which he has to. If he was forging, or someone else was forging these signatures on these executive orders, does that allow them to be actually implicated here? Does that allow them to be actually used here? And does that mean that these people are facing charges, and
What a
why
beautiful
Donald Trump
fucking
is
day
bringing
it
up
is.
this specific controversy right now? Because otherwise, it's like, yeah, who really cares? Oh yeah, he faked the pardon.
Trying to fucking get
Why would
myself
you
super
want
jazzed.
to be undoing those pardons unless there's a bigger plot here? There's a bigger plan here, and we have an idea to what may lead to. We have a bigger idea to what might be happening here, and of course, it could be related to that phone call that he's going to be having with Pooty Poot ever this Tuesday. Since those pardons go back to 2014. Something interesting happened in 2014. But before getting into that, here is our, of course, very confident, strong, competent, capable leader who knew exactly what he was doing. Here showing you struggling walking in sand. Goodness golly gracious.
Fuck.
Really? Really? You're going to tell me this guy was of sound mind? And you're able to void contracts. You're able to void signatures. You're able to void a lot of documents. Are you able to avoid executive orders? And that's going to be a very difficult kind of interpretation that's going to be made here throughout all of this controversy. Because it's pretty clear here. There's some significant implications here to now finding out who really was calling out the shots here. I think that's the biggest one, because when you're going to have these court proceedings,
Elliot, if
this
you're
is going to be
watching.
a major deal. The previous administration, they brought out Donald Trump to all the court proceedings. They charged him, they indicted him, they made him
Took
a
his
convicted
fucking
felon.
mugshot
They
and
made him
shit.
face
That was hilarious.
700 years in jail. I think
That's
Trump's like,
Lego, yep.
that wasn't nice. That wasn't very presidential. I might have to return the favor. Let's bring in Joe Biden. Joe Biden, this is a big issue here. Did you sign it? And how were you able to sign that?
A little
Let's put you
resin
here under
cast.
oath. We need you to testify.
Lee
Joe
made this,
Biden.
the
We
girl
need you
who
to
was living
say
here
that
for a
you
while.
actually did sign
She
this,
made these.
or whether or not this was somebody else signing them for you.
Okay,
as
so
you
we have
were
an
not of
empty
sound mind.
tin for things
What was happening
now.
here? A lot of people are saying this was the auto pen that was used
Hey,
here, highlighting what many
happy
people
birthday.
call Barack Obama's third administration. A lot of his key people were there. There was a lot of controversy, specifically when it came to pushing out Joe Biden. But Joe Biden potentially
baloney.
soon will have to go in front of a jury, in front of a judge, swear under oath.
I'm gonna get rich.
Put his
I
hand
keep
on the
finding
Bible.
money on the ground, man.
Say, I
Maybe
swear
I'll
to
put
tell
that-
the truth.
No.
I'm sorry.
Where's the money?
I tell truth, Jack. Yeah. That's gonna be Joe Biden. And
Lee made that as
again,
well.
Looking at all of these signatures, it
Everybody has
really
an
does
electronic
look
signature, but
plain as day.
it calls into
They
question
had someone else.
the pardons
This
that
signature
Joe
was very
Biden put
weird also
in for
when he
Anthony
declared that he
Fauci
was
and
dropping
all
out
those
of the
guys.
presidential
It calls them
race
into
here.
question
Now, this
because
is going to disclose
he
a
should have
lot
had.
of
This is
more
like
stuff
legal
because it's going to
presidential
probably
pardon. He
unravel
should have
the
signed them by
larger role
hand.
of
There's no
Dr. Joe
like
Biden.
e-sign for
It's
stuff like
going
that.
to
You know what I
unravel
mean?
the role
So
of the bureaucratic deep state that truly was in charge, and how Joe Biden was largely a puppet.
dude,
for
these
that
motherfuckers chewed up
establishment.
my
And
rug.
there's a bigger conversation
They
here
chewed up my
to be had
fucking-
here. Not
my
just about
belt.
his plastic surgery, but the many faces of Joe Biden. Before going down the rabbit hole, specifically when it comes to
Fucking
Putin,
hate
that we're going to be talking about
rodents,
here
dude.
in a little bit. We wanted to remind you,
I
sign
just
up to
wanna throw this fucking thing away.
Yesterday we had our
But
range.
this was a present from
So
Maryland,
much
I think.
fun.
I can't
It
remember
was
who got
a
this for
little
Elliot.
bit of a hot, humid day, but
This
very
was one of Elliot's
challenging,
first
very
gifts
fun day.
from
It
my
was
live
awesome
streaming
being able
people.
to hang out
Oh,
with
you're
you
never
guys
gonna be able to
as
hear
we
me with
did
that volume.
something very difficult.
Better move you guys over here so you can actually hear me talk.
Of course, we're learning some very important self-defense techniques. I love doing this. I had so much fun.
I really
just
don't know
hanging
what
out
to do with
the
this. There's not like a
guys.
bigger.
And, there were some women that showed up too, of course. But this was so much fun. We're going to do it again. So if you're a member of LukeUnfiltered.com and you want to come to self-defense amazing and simple fun classes. Sign up to look at
Ooh, I have ice cream in my
freezer. 4 weeks,
freezer.
we're going to be doing another training here in South Florida. So much fun, and truly, I'm going to be releasing a video of the training of us just like. It's fun. It's really incredible, and
Where's the dog?
To share that with you guys. So, that video coming.
Where's the dog?
For members, I released the testimony from some of the members that came out and were speaking about the class that wanted to be on record. So, on the Telegram channel are their videos. I'm going to post it on the members' website soon as well. So, you can see behind the scenes videos of us kind of going at it and training. It's super fun. All on lookunfiltered.com. So that's going to be another video just for members, only available on lookunfiltered.com. Sign up. Really great way to build community. And if you're not even a part of, the South Florida community here, it's worth traveling to. We're going to try to get these dates as much in advance as possible. And more importantly, you also help us spur on and build and grow this. And it's really important, especially right now with how crazy and turbulent the times are, that this is the moment. This is the time.
Is my nose ringing? Where's my phone?
Take on personal.
Is my nose ringing about the fall out?
Now, let's go back to this kind of weird conversation. There's even multiple people online saying there's multiple Joe Bidens. It's not one Joe Biden. There's like 7 or 8 Joe Bidens. Will the auto pen controversy help us figure out that there was clones and fakes of Joe Biden? That's a little bit of a stretch, but maybe.
Okay.
Who the hell knows?
Slime.
Announced on Truth Social.
I'm trying to put everything together, you know, as I go.
The part is that
Trying to organize my stuff.
12:35 a.m. The part is that Sleepy Joe gave the select committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Because of the fact that they were done by autopen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them. But more importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden.
String.
And the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee
That's where they go.
deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level.
Art
Fact is,
stuff.
they're probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf without knowledge.
Elliot, I found your little trash
of the
can.
worst president in the history of the country. Crooked.
Where's like all the paint so I can just like stop finding random fucking paint everywhere? Hello? Hi, baby. Mommy's cleaning the bus right now.
Huh?
I'm cleaning out the bus right now.
Oh, well, guess what's on April 4th?
I'm on a live, okay?
Okay, it's a movie.
Uh-huh.
It's in theaters on April 4th only. So, I want to go to it. And you want to know what it's called?
What?
A Minecraft movie. It's a live-action movie. And it's Minecraft.
All right. Well, I have to...
Black is the main character.
I don't know if I can... I'll have to do some research on it, okay?
Okay.
And if everything checks out, I'll totally take you.
Okay, I wanted to tell you about that.
Yeah. I just have to make sure that it's safe. I just have to make sure that it's safe for you, baby.
Oh, yeah, it's PG.
Okay. I can't.
It's a Minecraft kids game.
Well,
Of course, it's going to be kids
it's
friendly.
not really.
But yeah,
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, no shit. That'd be great.
Yes. And there are the zombies and everything. Every single one.
Turn on the live stream real quick.
Huh?
Turn on the live stream real quick.
Well, I'm on my dad's phone and also...
Or here. Hold on 1 second. Can you video chat me?
Oh, yeah. Hello.
How do I get it on me?
You just press the camera button.
Yeah, I'm trying. There we go. All right. So, I found this.
Hey, one of my little garbage can.
Yeah. And
Can you show me the Legos chest and open it and face
oh, look what I found in here.
my Lego chassis I made?
Yeah.
Actually, mine.
And then here's the car I was telling you about. You remember it now?
Yeah, I remembered it after you said braille.
Mm-hmm. I don't really want to touch all over it because I'm dirty, so. I know, I can't go through everything right now, babe. My hands are dirty.
I mean, like, so then I could just see the inside.
You can, well, no, I can't. I can't grab the tablet because I've got the gloves and they're dirty. And, but I can, when I'm done with this, I can video chat you and then show you inside of it. But right now, I don't want to touch your Legos. Listen, your Legos were sealed up, okay? Safe. Nothing went in there. There was no dust settling, no nothing, okay? So, like, it doesn't have the coating of, like, dirt that everything has. So they're clean and they're close to clean. Yes, every Lego is going to get washed. But, that being said, I still don't want to go touching all over them and making it 10 times. My hands are literally so dirty right now. And okay, so I don't want to take them off. But I will call you video chat whenever I am basically done. And I'm going to take my gloves off. And then I'll open the thing up and I'll dig around in there for you.
Okay, and if you find that little Roblox character while we're on video, grab him and show him to me.
Yeah, I will. And these clothes are all pretty messed up. So let me see if he's in here. Oh my God, Elliot, you have so many fucking cars. Jesus Christ. You have so many cars, baby.
What?
There's probably like 400 cars in here. I don't even know. Hey, my tea thing. I found this figure. I will. I found these guys. Alright, and these guys. The other ones for this set. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so if it's anywhere, it's probably in the Lego bin, but...
Yeah, most likely because he can't actually Lego.
Yeah.
When we're able to, we will send you a link to the trailer. When we're able to.
Uh-huh.
And show you.
I'll just do... Yeah, definitely message me because I will forget that all about it. Send me some information on it, like text me about it, so that I'll go back later on when I'm done working, and I gotta still pay your dad money for the rental car and stuff too. So when I go back, I'll look at the text messages. I'll go through my phone, and then I can look it up. So if you just type in something in the app, or you know, baby, I'm like really. I just medicated myself with green medicine heavily so that I could get into the zone. So I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna do what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
I love you so very much. Peace and triple. I'm struggling. Bye. Hang up for me. I bet he just screenshot.
Trump specifically announced, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Stoned. I can't think. I know, isn't it, Diana?
Legal lawfare. Donald Trump's. We're gonna let the court decide soon.
It's funny, Sunbee, if you type my name, Subliminal Locks, into TikTok, the very first thing that pops up is Bad Mom.
Are those executive orders, those pardons from the
Because of the slander. People don't people do not, they talk about mental health. Hold on a second. They're lefty people, and they fucking sit and talk about mental health and how you have to excuse all of their behaviors because they have BPD and they're depressed, anxious, they're trisexual and fucking, identify as a leaf. It's just like they want you to fucking cater to them. But then when you're in true distress, they fucking treat you like shit. They like, I was saying that whole time very transparently, this is not who I am. What I'm experiencing right now is not what our life is like accustomed to being. Like, none of this is like, this is all fucking crazy, and I'm so overwhelmed. And like, I am literally losing my mind. You're watching it happen live. And instead of trying to be helpful, trying to help me get into, like, find programs to help me get out of there, or help Elliot, or whatever the case may be, like, instead of being a helpful group of people who could have, like, made it, they piled on me and treated me like shit, and then slandered me, called CPS on me, called the county on me, teamed up with my fucking landmate to, like, try to just ruin my life. It's just all the things that they did. It's just so very indicative of the type of people that are attracted to being a leftist, a hard leftist. You know what I mean? They're manipulative, liars, and you can basically spot them. And it's so crazy how God did this for us, though. You will be able to tell if a person in your life is a lying, manipulative, toxic person just based on what they say about politics. You can very clearly tell. You can clearly tell. You can tell. It's wild. And I've been very open and honest about how I think and feel for a long time. And that's why people pick on me. Another reason too is because I'm not ashamed to say that I think it's absolutely fucking retarded. They call me out for that, try to ban me for that. But I think it's absolutely retarded to fucking try and ruin someone's life because they don't think that it's a great idea to give kids fucking castration medication. You know what I mean? When I started talking openly on live stream about how I felt about that shit, and that's when the whole fucking Reddit shit started, really, was when I started speaking out about shit. But anyways, they're so hypocritical. So goddamn hypocritical. Makes me sick. But you know what, though? I'm so grateful, dude. Anytime someone messages me with, like, trolling bullshit, first of all, I know immediately that it's probably that one girl who is just obsessed with me. Because, like, here's the thing. The other people, like, in the Reddit, they're not as unhinged as she is. And they literally don't give a shit about me, truly. Like, it's just a person that they're fucking with on the internet. You know, like, oh my God, the situation. It's something to feed their insatiable craving for drama, you know, and to take away from the, like, misery that is their own lives. I watch drama stuff. I understand, and I analyze myself, my mental health whenever what I'm drawn to watching is in direct correlation with my mental health. And so I have to, like, force myself to do things, watch things and listen to things that I don't necessarily want to, or whatever I wouldn't necessarily think to, so that I'm not doing the toxic thing and being hateful on other people, because I can get sucked into that too, you know, in the drama of, like, TikTokers and stuff like that. So I completely understand, like, the great majority of people who were in that Reddit, or, like, who were dogpiling on me and stuff like that. Like, I get it for the great majority. There was, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3, maybe 4 people, but they were all people for the great majority who knew me personally, who were in that Reddit, like, stirring up trouble and, like, making my life hard. The one person, though, who is absolutely fucking obsessed with me, she just can't let it go. So, dude, I haven't even, like, thought about that stuff in, like, weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, I've just been, I don't know if you've noticed, I've just been living my life, just minding my own business. But my sister messaged me when I was in Seattle, and she was like, dude, Heather, she's like, those people, like, have it out for you still. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's always going on in the background or whatever. But, like, no shit, like, as soon as she said that, then, like, weird things people started coming into my comment section and saying things again. And it had been weeks, and I was just like, wow, she sees me, it's her, the one girl specifically. She sees me in Seattle. She sees me taking my kid and having a good time, and having a good time with my ex-husband, and fucking, like, going on an adventure, and doing so, like, as best friends instead of, like, some weird relationship dynamic and sex and stuff. Like, we just had a great time as a family, all 3 of us together. And it was just like a fucking magical trip. And, like, she's trying to rain on my parade, you know what I mean? And trying to, like, whatever. Girl, I got my bus. I'm fucking, like, I took my kids on his dream vacation, and, like, I fucking am, my relationship with my ex-husband has never been stronger. Adam and me are doing so fucking good. Like, we are tight because he's, like, we've figured out a little groove on how to, like, just do this with ourselves. You know, like, everything is fucking great in my life. And I got loops for my ears, so now sounds don't make me anxious anymore. So I'm not, like, you know, like, tense and on edge all the time because of, like, the ambient sounds in my environment, the electric sounds and the whirring and the fucking, it drives me crazy. But anyways, you know, life is good. So she's trying to rain on my parade, but it, like, it just won't work, because the thing about me is that I am living my life authentically. What you are seeing, the peek I'm giving you, in the window into my life that I'm giving you, is an authentic window into my life. This is really truly my life. And you can either watch or not. I, like, don't care. I'm going to do the same exact thing that I always do, no matter if there's 3 people in the chat or if there's 600 people in the chat. I'm not going to ever put on a show. I'm not going to ever act like someone I'm not, because I feel like this is a really good spiritual practice for me. Being truly authentic, being fully transparent. And, like, the thing is that in this world of this, like, super toxic, like, Redditor people and, like, unhinged stalker people who would normally not have as much access to your life or whatever, I'm talking to the one person in particular, obviously. You know, like, these people, like, they may try, like, they try to take what is just innocent and just, like, or mistakes that I'm living authentically. I'm gonna fuck up, dude. I'm not like some celebrity with a PR person, you know? So, like, you're gonna watch me make mistakes in real time, because I am a person existing on this world, like, for the first time ever, just like you. Crazy, right? But so, you know, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna do things that I maybe wouldn't do in the future, or, like, you know, this is gonna happen just as things go. But when things happen, like, when mistakes happen, they're coming from a genuinely, like, accident. Like, I literally would never do anything to harm someone ever in my life. I really feel like I accidentally killed a lizard one time on my bicycle when I was, like, 9 years old. It fucking scarred me for life. I had to bury it. It was it was awful. And so, like, I don't like killing bugs. I don't like killing spiders. I don't like doing harm. I just don't. Anything that is nature is not evil, you know? So, like, it's, I just, like, I don't have it in me to, like, waste my time and my life chasing down liars and trying to, like, counter the narrative. And the funny thing too is that these unhinged people, like, make all these false narratives about me on, like, the Reddit, right? There are no fan pages for me that, like, can counter that narrative. One, because, like, I don't have a PR person, obviously. And 2, like, the people who genuinely love and support me and are, like, my actual, like, fans, friends, community members, they don't have it in them either. Like, they're secure in their mental health, at least enough, like, to not waste their life being a creeper on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just not, and to be so unhinged, obsessed with someone that you have to, like, post about them all the time. You know what I mean? Like, none of my fans are delusional fans that are pro me. I only have delusional fans who are against me, because the people who are against me typically are only against me because they are sick in the head. Anyone with good mental health can just, for their own 2 eyes, see that I am not a bad person and that I am just a person just trying to exist. And I have very strong morals, and, like, I am a damn good mom. You have no idea, you know, the shit that I've been through. This is just a snippet you're seeing of my life. I'm 41, for fuck's sake. There's a lot more to my life. I've been through a lot. Yeah, Vicky, see, that's the thing. And see, that's why. It's like, you are exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when it comes to, like, the people who love and support me, genuinely love and support me, and Elliot, you don't have it in you, because it's just so, like, people like that aren't typically mentally healthy. And I have a lot of mentally healthy supporters, you know? But, oh, you guys, I'm so excited. I watched a video on Tunisian crochet last night, and it made me, I had such a boner for trying to do this like band with these intricate leaves on it. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you. Can't wait to show you. Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, Diana, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Like anything that I ever do that causes someone harm or hurts someone's feelings or makes someone upset in some way, it is totally accidental. It's because I'm an idiot sometimes, and like I am absent-minded, and because I've been in survival mode for so long, and I'm starting to kind of come down off that, but I'm still in survival mode. Don't get me wrong. But having my bus here makes me feel a lot more secure and stuff. And the bus running and stuff makes me feel more secure. But oh shit! I lost my train of thought. I started hearing car and I lost my train of thought. Damn it! I'll tell you if I remember. I'm stony baloney. But yeah, so it's just not something that people tend to like waste their time doing, you know, in harassing others on the internet. It's like only something that like we all saw that. Did you guys see fucking Baby Reindeer? Oh look, I made this like years ago when Elliot was so small. Holy crap! I can't believe I have this. Oh my god! Get the fuck out of here! Heather! I totally forgot about that. I'd like to say that my life is based on the true story. You're so stupid. Oh, man. Alright, so I'm going to try to salvage this yarn. Ah! Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, like, I do understand it. Like, I understand that feeling, that rush that you get when you're, like, looking someone up on the internet and you find information, and you find new information that you didn't know before, you know, and you, like, feed that curiosity. I do understand it. The reason that I'm not like that is because, like, I did do that kind of, I was 18 at some point, you know what I mean? I was totally a, like, terrible person, like, in the sense that I just, I think I would hit, like, all the markers for, like, sociopathic behavior, I think, and it was because I was just emulating my mother for years and years and years, but my life kept going wrong. Like, it just never felt right. And I realized one day, like right around the time that I turned 30, okay, it took me a long time, but I realized right around the time that I turned 30 that, like, when I became like a mom is like when I got pregnant and I started just like feeling motherly. Anyways, I fucking just like, I realized that like drugs were no excuse. My mom had no excuse for the way she treated us, you know? And then I was like, she is like the most toxic person that you know, period. Like, I started remembering things too. Like, I started remembering things from my childhood that I had not remembered. And I was just like, oh my God, like, she was so abusive, and she was like, she's so manipulative and a liar. Everything is a lie. So literally at age 30, I decided that I was done lying. Now I still lied, you know, like for a while, like a couple of years. I did struggle. Like when my grandma died, basically like everything went out the window, and I just wanted to die. But I couldn't die because I had a son by that point. And so like, I just literally was a shell, just trying to get through the day. because I had like devastating to lose my grandmother. But anyway, so I went on this like journey, and then grandma died, and like I went down bad. And then when I came up out of that, I think I was like 32. And like when I was 32, like 30, yeah, I think 32. Yeah, 32. So I was about 32. That's when I was like truly done. I was ready to like make myself a better person. I was ready to like do everything. So I had to spend, I would say I spent from the time I was like 30 until like 33 dismantling and just like figuring out what it was that I was doing that was like my mom. And then like I had to deconstruct everything that she had ever taught me and do what just fucking felt right instead. Just what felt right to me. And so like I learned, I already knew how to, I trusted myself because I have always known that my intuition was really good. And I've always like understood that like it isn't as common to other people to like get what they want all the time, like manifestation and stuff. Like I knew that there was something that I was doing. I wasn't sure like exactly what it was. I didn't really know the concept of I did, but I didn't, you know, it was just like not something I really thought about. But I had to dismantle everything that my mom ever fucking taught me. And I had to discover who I was. And the funny part is that what I did is I went on like a back to my childhood journey. So I like picked an age, 9, and then I just did everything that 9-year-old Heather loved to do. And then I went like to 12, and I just did everything 12-year-old Heather liked to do for a while. I just rediscovered who I was. Because everything that I loved as a child are things that you see me doing now. Crocheting, building things, being curious, learning things, psychology, sociology, just like, you know, all the things. Like I've always been who I am right now, because right now I have fully embodied the child version of myself. And so I am who I am. And that's why, and the funny, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, dude, it's so funny that like for a little while my job, like my job was to live stream, and like that I live stream for people, because I remember so vividly, I was in gymnastics for a long time, and I guess that wasn't enough showing off for me. So like I would go and I would do gymnastics in the front yard. My mom would try to get me to go in the backyard, but I wanted like the neighbors to see me. You know, I was trying to show off like Elliot does all the time. That's why I know when he's showing off, because he did the same thing. And so like now, that's why I don't bother showing off now. It's because I got it all out of my system. You know, like I've already shown off to the point where I made myself look like a total idiot so many times that like I just don't like doing that now. It makes me cringe to think, you know, like I'm just not gonna, why would I show off? Like I could just do things, you know. That's good. But so I just remember that, and like it's just funny because like I've always wanted to be like watched, and I was like, damn, Heather, are you a fucking exhibitionist? Is this like some weird exhibition thing that you're doing? And I mean, like, honestly, it could be a little bit back in my dark psyche, but I don't think so, because it's nothing perverted, you know. But I definitely am on a authenticity spiritual journey, and have been for a couple years. You know, just living very transparently. Like, you can't live stream like I do and lie about anything, because y'all would know. Like, I wouldn't remember the lie, but you guys would, and there'd be video clips, you know what I mean? And that's why I like to remain consistent. If I say things, like if I lie or whatever, it's not actually a lie probably. It's just that I genuinely am forgetting or don't remember or whatever, but it's not very common. Dude, it's the sun. There's clouds popping up behind the mountain right now. Oh my god, you guys should look at this. It looks like, oh my bone. Fuck. Dude, it literally looks like an alpine. Come on. I'm gonna sanitize my, there it goes. Ugh. Ow. Look at that. Alpine mountain. And then there's a waterfall right there. It's crazy. Oh, so dirty. But anyway, so like I just I just think that it's a good practice to be transparent in this kind of way, because it makes you hold yourself accountable. It also has people holding you accountable. Like I have a group of women who I talk to every single day in my like little Discord group, and like I don't know what I would do without those girls. Like they're the ones who like help me when I'm slipping, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm so stoned. I love this fabric. I have a lot of it. Paid like fucking $400 at Joann's one time. Ridiculous. Bought all this fabric. I was gonna make cloaks. I only made one cloak and I made it out of wool. Because I couldn't figure out how to use my sewing machine. I have this badass sewing machine. It's actually in the shed with me. I didn't want to take a chance of someone stealing it because it's like really, 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 really nice sewing machine. I also didn't want it to get ruined. But it's a Nietzsche. It's like a 1970 something Nietzsche. It's before they went plastic. So it doesn't have any plastic on it. It's got a good cord on it. The pedal has like never been used. But anyways, it's great and I love it, and it can sew through like leather, and I saw a video. There's only like 2 videos on all of YouTube about this fucking sewing machine. I have to figure out someone who knows about sewing machines who can help me, but like because I want to learn about my machine, I want to find a manual or something, but I can't find anything. There's nothing on the damn internet because it's old and they don't make these anymore. But anyway, oh, that's so much better. But anyway, so the one video that I saw, the guy was sewing through like 7 layers of like that heavy duty tent canvas, and the machine just went right through it. It's like semi-industrial is what they call it, I think. Wow, you're way behind, Geo. Is the video really that far behind?
It was taking place, and somebody was using an auto pen to sign off and to give pardons to, as an example, just one example, but the J6 unselected committee. They gave pardons with an auto pen. I don't think Biden knew anything about it. And what they did is they deleted and destroyed all of the information that took them over a year to get. And the reason they did that is because the information was very incriminating about them. Like Nancy Pelosi was determined conclusively that she knew about 10,000 soldiers and turned it down. And if we used 500 soldiers, you would have had no problem.
Oh my God!
The young lady that said,
I forgot about that.
powerful young Secret Service agents by the neck. Okay?
We'll see if it survives the wash.
And she admitted it. And they deleted everything. So, what they did is criminal.
This is the back panel.
As Donald Trump probably will be going after some big people soon with his DOJ. Dan Bongino just officially joined the FBI as deputy director today, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be happening here. Donald Trump is promising.
I need a garbage bag.
Once again, a lot of people are a little pessimistic on that one. I'm going to do another video right after this one just about that topic and about Trump's comments. So stay tuned for that specifically here. But usually, I like to say that this is just over and controversy. Again, they're not showing these signatures. When you show these signatures, you have a good argument to make here. There's a reason the corporate media isn't showing those signatures there. And they're saying, oh, Trump's just being all crazy and wonky. Oh, look what he just posted on Truth Social. No, you got to show the signatures all come together being exactly the same. And Donald Trump also posted this on Truth Social, which is pretty funny. And it's showing,
Oh yeah!
recent presidents of the United States, showing him all the way back in 2006. 2017, showing the auto pen at work here, signing.
I was gonna make a vest out of this too. I haven't finished it.
Trump is
We'll
going
see
to
if
have
it survives the wash.
conversation with Putin. I'm gonna do another video
Oh my God.
on today. Subscribe, click
Dude,
the notification
this
button.
is
And I'm
vintage.
working my butt off here. There's so much news to break down.
This
There's
shit right here cost me
something in the
$30
spirit right now.
for
There's
1
something
yard.
energetic kind of vortexes out there that's like breathing life into this kind of realm. That
I have to wash it, but I have to wash it by hand.
About.
I'm gonna wash all this
Subscribe,
yarn by
click the
hand.
notification button, because I am on a tear. I'm not taking any days off, and definitely subscribe, click the notification button. Now, Putin's
It's
gonna have a
beautiful.
very
It's
interesting conversation with
fucking
Trump.
really nice.
Will they
It's like
potentially be
Indian.
discussing the
So pretty. It's got gold.
weapon facilities in Ukraine? That was
How
set up in
crazy pretty is
2014.
that?
Some people say because
God
of
damn.
Hunter Biden. Some people say because
And
of
then I
Dr.
got some, can't remember, is that Norwegian rope or whatever?
Kind of conversation could have
Card rope?
Hey guys,
I don't know.
I got more dirt on Dr. Fauci. I got more dirt on Hunter Biden. And
I'm just really glad that the rats didn't chew this shit up.
By the way, was assassinated by the Ukrainians in his home in Moscow.
Wait, what?
Of course, he was speaking out against these lab facilities in Ukraine. General in the Russian army, Putin coming to Trump, be like, "Hey guys, I got more dirt on Dr. Fauci. I got more dirt on Hunter Biden." And as we know, a top general in the Russian army, by the way, was assassinated by the Ukrainians in his home in Moscow after, of course, he was speaking out against these lab facilities in Ukraine, which Putin has previously talked about as well, being a major threat against his country, specifically with the larger biological warfare that has been going on here that even the New York Times admitted was a direct byproduct of Dr. Fauci and the CIA and Echo Health Alliance and Peter Daszak and all these other big players. As the New York Times says, yeah, we kind of lied to you guys. We were badly misled about 2021. Yeah, if only there was independent media that was calling them out at the same time. We were. There's a shift here happening here, and we saw that specifically with Bakhtiar Ugar-Sargon, who was on the Bill Maher show, describing the kind of popular mandate that Trump has had with former leftists and former liberals like herself that have created this kind of larger momentum. As now there's bigger questions about Hunter Biden, his laptop, larger questions about Dr. Fauci, larger questions about potentially James Comey. Also,
It's going down.
What will be happening from here? Well, I'm getting out the popcorn because with the way that
Let's
Trump
pray,
is
you guys,
reacting,
for real. Oh, look, I found a rock.
there's no auto pen here. There's pure redemption. There's a pure rage for revenge. As raiding someone's home, threatening 700 years in jail for them, almost sentencing him, convicting him as a convicted felon, taking away his privileges to even defend himself.
Adam!
Are you freaking kidding me? People don't forget that, especially
Do
when
we
he
have
takes
any bins or black
and I
boxes that are empty?
think Trump,
I
when
need
he's looking
something for
into
my book.
all these other JFK files, which he's promising, he's saying the JFK files will be bigger than the Epstein files. We'll tell you, again, I'm doing another video right now. Subscribe, click the notification button. We got a lot more content coming here your way on youtube.com/WeAreChange. Come out to the next range. It's so much fun. Man, I feel fulfilled through meeting some of you guys. Sign up right now and go into the Telegram chat so you guys can see what we're talking about in there. And then you guys get to ask us questions too. Ask me a question and I will send me a video. If you ask me a question, I'll play it here on these particular videos. Just remember simplyculture.com. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here
Look at my
exclusively on
basket.
youtube.com/WeAreChange.
Oh my gosh, have you guys ever seen my fucking basket? I have a really badass basket collection. Check this baby out. It's got a flat bottom, so it stands up. And it has straps on it. You wear it as a backpack. It's got 2 straps. So you can bring home big fish. You can keep the fish alive. You can bring home like sticks and trees and flowers and all kinds of stuff. And you could keep kitties in there too. Isn't it the coolest basket ever? I fucking love this basket so much. I had 2 of these, but I sold the other one. I know I had a playlist set up. Yeah.
Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, and San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the... People say that, you know, Donald Trump isn't... He's just... he might be ending USAID, but he's just going to...
Oh, this is more of our rocks.
Statements where he has
Miss
control.
Lindsay!
It's really about empire. This is all a head fake. And he's implementing Agenda
my bed.
2025. I've had people say that. And I'm like, well, if he was...
The bed,
he was really
for sure.
good,
The bed.
His whole agenda was Agenda 2025.
And then, kitchen. After the kitchen, a bathroom.
Agents trying to criminalize MAGA, 5,000 of their 11,000 employees. Why would they try to assassinate him twice? Why would they do 92 lawfare felony indictments? Why would they do Russiagate? If he was really going to do Agenda 2025, why? So they got nothing else. They're just doing this for kicks. What do you say to that argument?
No, it doesn't make any sense, and I think those people should look at it from Trump's point of view. So this is somebody who, as you mentioned, you bring up Russiagate. He was impeached twice.
Elliot got in trouble, and he had to write letters. I am Elliot. My name is Elliot. I am 8 years old. I have 3 cats, 15 chickens, and 1 dog. We live in a bus off-grid. I love following directions.
Manchurian candidate for Putin. And then he was criminally prosecuted and investigated in multiple jurisdictions just for his own political survival.
All right, let's wipe this off.
Coming into the government, he has to take an axe to almost every one of those agencies in a huge way and get rid of the bulk of that bureaucracy in order to guarantee that he's not going to become a target again of all of those same agencies. I mean, it wasn't just the FBI that went after him. That's the thing that's so amazing about what happened in the first term. If you fold in all the censorship stuff, the COVID agitation, and then all the various Justice Department investigations and that sort of thing, he's got to go after them. That's why he's putting in people like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. He can't trust anybody else, and he knows that they're going to be motivated to get rid of the bulk of the people, the administrative staff. So I think that's delusional to say that he's going to just reconfigure it.
Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York,
Hooked on
Providence,
phonics
Rhode Island,
works for
and
me.
San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com
Never
for
use
a link
these.
for the...
Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina. On Jesse. Today we're reacting to Lily Tina. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you guys know. You know all about it. So transgender TikToker shows off the results of facial finalization surgery to become a woman. This is a little different than our other video because this is going to be
oh my god, we have all these DVDs. We have a DVD player now.
Video. And you know, Lily Tina's
Oh my god, I have all these DVDs. I never had a DVD player, like except for like a portable one that I never used.
It looks the same. Yeah, there's a few things that you can.
Oh, these are the names of the chickens when we first got them.
There's a few changes.
We never
that
named them
saw
these things,
a little bit
but we thought about it.
In the last video we did, but I agree that it looks pretty much the same. But continue. Like the nose changed, obviously. It's 2 days before 4 still.
No, yeah. Well, there's not gonna be any changes from estrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna look like a man.
He has no soul in his eyes when he films.
I agree.
Just very deadpan.
Yes, I agree.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whew.
Whoa.
Well, he definitely moved. I think we were right when we said they gave him more forehead instead of less forehead.
Yeah, it looks like it popped out.
It looks like they actually took the skin and went, yeah,
Pulled
we're
it
gonna
back.
put it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so rough to see.
What is with his face? Not like the surgery part, but his...
The deadpan?
Yeah, just nothing there.
I think that's what happens when you have no soul. Yes, I'm telling you, this is a demon.
It's a sleep paralysis demon.
It's just, I don't know what the names of the demons are because I'm not that deep in the lore, but I'm telling you that there's like some Beelzebub demon that is like inside of Nick Tino's body.
Bathsheba. You ever seen The Conjuring?
No. Well, yes, but not like recently.
Remember, at the end when the mom in The Conjuring, she gets possessed by the demon Bathsheba, and at the end, the guy who plays Ed Warren, he goes Bathsheba, and she looked at him, and it was Lily Tino.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. Did he have his jaw down? Just curious.
He must have, because he had taping down that way.
Is this right here? It looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like his jaw is still wide. I don't know
It's
if
probably
he
still swollen too.
Okay. 20 days after, still swollen?
It's gonna be for up to a year after.
It's still wide.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's protruding. So what did he have done exactly? I'm not really sure.
He mentioned it in the other video we did. He mentioned that his jaw got done, his hairline got moved. I think he said his Adam's apple got reducted.
When I hear about people going under the knife to get the facial reconstruction
Yay!
surgery,
Look at that! Motor Carrier's Atlas!
Pay for it. I'm assuming that there's going to be a drastic change because the doctor's going to, do the work. I mean, you're paying all that money, you expect to see
God,
a drastic
thank God,
difference.
man. I love
But
Heather.
This was like the doctor went in.
She
and
has
did
like
about
all the things I
5%,
need.
But it really looks like the doctor didn't really do much of anything. Just a little bit here, a little bit here, a little here.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like much changed. The nose got worked on. I guess the jawline got worked on and shaved down a little bit. The face reveal video shows that jawline is shaved down better. But yeah, no, they didn't do much because the thing is you can't really do that much to make a man look like a woman.
Well, it's really the man. It's the man chin and the man jaw. It's more like wide and prominent, where a woman's jaw is more dainty and more narrow, I guess you would say. And the chin is usually smaller, more pointy. I mean, not all the time, but sometimes.
Most of the time.
It's smaller than a
Usborne.
But I don't really see a difference in the chin and jaw,
So many bucks. There's still so many
I would
bucks.
say the most masculine features are aside from the brow, if we're talking about face.
First up is the hairline. You can see that it has been moved forward.
Just a reminder of what got done.
The line is pretty pronounced right now, but it will fade over time. You might also be wondering.
So when I
about the
left, I
low
hadn't done
dents
spring
right there.
cleaning
That is
from winter.
internal
So
stitching
everything
and
I
will
own
go
is
away in a few
covered
weeks.
in
Now, my nose
wood,
The nose did get done. You can tell the difference in the nose.
stove,
And
smoke,
side by side.
whatever.
So the nose. Let's talk about
And
the nose for a second.
then
I like to see
everything got
the
moist.
side by side of the nose. comes
So
across.
everything looks
more
like
feminine.
really,
But how
that
often
dirty,
when
dingy
you're
dirt,
seeing someone in person, are
and
you
like
seeing
what's
their
coming off on the
profile
rag,
photo
it's
straight
totally
up?
because of the wood
So
stove.
So
I hadn't
the
cleaned my
nose
house,
would have
like,
been better
from
if
the
they would have
season
made
change.
it tinier instead of like kept it wide. Just sloped it down.
I didn't have a
like,
vacuum that
sloped
would
down,
work
but
good enough yet.
kind of squished it down, or maybe narrowed it down.
They
made it
did take your
thinner.
nostrils down a little
And
bit.
I didn't
but
have
not
electricity to
very
really
much.
power it.
No, I mean if you're looking at him head on, you don't really see much of
I
a
think
change.
that's what happened.
What is the
I
number
can't
one
remember.
comment?
It could have been that I was just
Surgeon got
depressed.
scammed out of a lot of money. I'm sure that was not cheap.
Yeah.
Surgeons said that the brow would probably be the thing that made the most difference in the beginning to feminine
Shave down the brow too.
my face, and I tend to agree with that. Now, my lips haven't changed, but they went through my lower mouth to get to my jaw. It's hard to see the result here right now because there is a lot of swelling, but over time, you'll see that it is much softer. And last but not least, the Adam's apple is gone. I want to give a huge...
I was gonna say, tell us who the surgeon is.
Right.
So, did Lily Tino's face change? A little.
Kinda, but not really.
Thank God not completely, because, like, could you imagine not knowing what that looked like anymore?
I don't really think it's worth the money. I think you're better off going with a good makeup artist who can contour your face to make it look more feminine than spending all the money to really not look much different.
Well, I'm sure there's better surgeons, number one, and there's better results, number two. Because, like, let's, for example, look up.
Caitlyn Jenner has a lot more money.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what Caitlyn Jenner had done, definitely changed the nose and the jaw.
And the brows.
Yeah,
shaved
changed
down.
the brows.
Mm-hmm.
Filled the cheeks, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But Caitlyn Jenner's surgeon did a much better job on his face than Dylan Mulvaney's surgeon or Lily Tino's surgeon. They didn't really do much. Now, I don't know how many surgeries or how many procedures Bruce Jenner went through, Caitlyn Jenner went through, but...
Right. You don't know how many procedures Bruce did to become Caitlyn. Right. What you're saying.
So, it might be apples to oranges, but when it comes down to it, there wasn't really much of a difference in Lily Tino's before and after.
I don't think that, like, I mean, even to some extent, there's not much here either.
Well, if you look at his jaw, look at how that, like,
Yeah,
went...
but that's taking down those back, like, mandibles. Is that what that is?
It's your mandible. Yeah, right here.
Because guys have bigger... So, yeah, that's what they end up taking down. And I'm sure once Lily Tino's swelling goes down, we'll probably see a little less of that. Because Lily Tino has huge
a huge jaw.
Yeah. So I'm sure give it some time, you'll see it. But, like, even when you look at the first, like, transition pictures, you know, you saw them, they were kind of rough. So, you know, give it time, swelling will go down. Don't think it was worth it. Definitely don't think it was worth it.
No. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Join our memberships for early access to our videos and uncensored stuff. Wait, let me talk like giving it some uncensored stuff. And member shout outs. You know, member shout outs. Well, have a good day. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bro, you're gonna copyright me.
Come see us on tour in Dallas, Austin, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for the link for the cheapest tickets. Excited for our next guest from Canada, eh? Look at that. Maxime Bernier is the founder and leader of the People's Party of Canada. Formerly a member of the Conservative Party, no longer. He held various positions in the government of former Prime Minister Stephen Harper, including Industry Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister. Bernier left the Conservatives in 2018 to form the People's Party of Canada, and in 2021, he campaigned firmly against vaccine mandates and lockdowns. Hear, hear. That's great good for you. Please welcome to the show, Maxime Bernier. Nice to
Dude, we
meet
have
you.
so many good books.
Thank you, Jimmy. I'm very pleased to be with you.
God, I can't wait for Elliot to see these.
What led you
Now
to
that
leave
he's
the
like fully
Conservative
reading
Party
and everything.
and start the People's Party of Canada?
Because the Conservative Party of Canada is like, you know, the old Republican, you know, Rhino. Republican in name only. The Conservative Party of Canada,
Republican in
that's
name
the same,
only.
You know, they're in Canada. They're not fighting for conservative values anymore. And, you know, I said that this party is morally and intellectually corrupt. That's why I did the leadership contest in 2017, 2018 to be the leader of the Conservative
Creative
Party of Canada.
costumes for any
I did win
occasion.
with 49% of the vote, and our platform was very popular. Real conservative free market
How cute.
ideas.
It's from the like
You know, to fight
70s or something.
the globalist and the woke agenda. But after 15
I love my
months,
books.
I did
I'm so
try to
happy.
work with the leader elected at that time in 2018.
I'm really fucking
and
happy right
year.
now finding all
But
these
then
books.
he told me
I
that,
forgot I
like,
own
Steve,
books.
your ideas are very popular
I just
with
forgot
the
all about
members
them.
of our party, but they are not popular with the general
But like,
population.
I had to just put this, all this on out of my mind completely and trust God. That's all I did, is I just trusted God that everything was going to be okay in my bus, and I just focused on what was in front of my face.
The People's Party based on 4
And
principles.
everything is really fine,
Individual
honestly.
freedom, personal
It just needs to be cleaned really
responsibility,
good.
Respect and fairness. And that's
Some
why,
things are
Jimmy,
destroyed,
it was
but
very easy
it's
for
just a
us
nightmare
to take
mess.
a position during the COVID hysteria,
You know, but
fighting for freedom of
everything
choice
is
with an
really
informed
okay.
consent.
Anything I fucking,
And
anything I
this
cared
party is
about,
the
I
new
got.
populist party in Canada. Like a little bit, Jimmy, the Reform Party in UK with Nigel Farage. We are fighting for, you know, a moratorium on immigration, putting our country first, and it's going well. We are growing. We are young, but we are growing.
So that's the first thing I wanted to talk to you about. So you had billboards up that said "Say no to mass immigration," People's Party. So what is the situation with immigration in Canada? Is it legal immigration? In America, the problem is illegal.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
It is both, Jimmy, legal immigration and illegal immigration. Last year, you know, we are a country of 40 million people. Last year, we had 1.2 million newcomers, foreigners coming to our country. Add to that the illegals that are coming to our country, because actually the Trudeau government is putting in place for the last 9 years an open border policy. So we have a lot of people who are coming here. They try to be, you know, refugees, and they're fake refugees. So we need to stop that. The billboard that you just showed for your viewers, that was our position at the election in 2019. We said, you know, say no to mass migration. At that time, our position was to have a maximum of 150,000 new immigrants every year. And people were saying that we were racist because of that. But we knew we need to
Little
control
goats,
our
new
immigration.
horns.
And now that's, you know, mass immigration, it's still the reality in Canada. And that's why our position now is for a pause on immigration, a moratorium, and also deporting all illegals. Actually, we don't know how many illegals we have in Canada. It's between 25,000 and
The Giving Tree.
we don't know the real number. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they are. And I understand President Trump when he's saying that Canada is a threat for the national security of the U.S. He's right about that.
I've been saying that for the last week.
To secure our borders, to stop mass immigration, to deport all illegals, and we are.
I think that Canada is going to become a problem for us.
Speaking about that.
So, is Canada? How did it become? How did this develop? This problem with immigration are the majority of Canadians behind open borders, or was that just a dictate from the Trudeau government? How did that happen?
The majority of Canadians were in favor of that in 2015 and 2020. Trudeau was saying we need that because we have a lack of workers in our country, and he opened the doors to please big businesses. and now more people understand that mass
Tiptoe
immigration
Joe.
is cheap labor for big businesses, and that's hurting Canadians. And now they understand
I
that
need
mass
a new butt.
immigration is very difficult because of that for Canadians to buy a house in big cities like Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. You know, when you have a lot of people like that, they need a roof. And actually, you know, the pressure on the market, on the housing market,
Create a scene as a bunch of
very
stickers.
high. And so it's difficult for Canadians because of that. And now, answering your questions, in the polls right now, more than 60% of the populations are saying enough is enough.
More
We need to
stickers.
control our borders. We need to
Oh
have a
my
mass
God.
immigration.
No
Actually,
way!
the other political parties, the
Dude,
liberals
this is a
and
fucking
the conservatives,
badass fucking coloring
are not
book. This is
taking
like from the
that position
70s.
because
It's
for
mine.
them, you know, they're looking or
It's
some writings where they can have
it's
candidates
got all these
elected.
like
And you know, we have ghettos
ancient
in
Greek
Canada, like
things.
Burnaby in British Columbia.
It's
like being in
from,
India.
sorry I lied,
Brampton, Ontario.
1997.
So they're living in ghettos. They don't integrate into our society.
But there's
And
really cool,
with
you have
also,
to
we
trace
have
it
in
though, you're not allowed to
Canada
draw
an
in here.
official policy of multiculturalism. We need to stop that because we are saying
Where's
to our
Waldo?
immigrants,
Elliot's so good at
come
Where's
here,
Waldo?
don't integrate our society, don't integrate our culture, keep your culture, and actually the federal government is giving subsidized to celebrate, for example, the Chinese New Year. I don't have anything about that, but the state must not be in charge of that. Our government must promote our history, our culture, and they're not doing that. So right now, we are in line with the population with that position. That is what Canadians want.
So they use the same logic here in the United States. I saw Bill Clinton during the Harris campaign give a speech and talking about how we need to have more immigrants because Americans aren't making enough babies and so we don't have enough workers. And what he really meant was that we need to have an influx of cheap labor to suppress the wages. That's really what that's about. And so would you say your position on putting a pause on immigration, would you consider that a pro-worker stance? And are you considered pro-worker?
Today's Halloween.
Yeah, it's, for sure it's pro-workers, putting Canadians first and our country first. And that's why, you know, add
Who
to
the
that,
fuck
we
is
have
that?
inflation in Canada that it's about, you know, the real inflation, 5%.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, there's a lot of people who cannot find a job. So now that's affecting Canadians, and they understand that. The way to solve that, and I must say that the Conservative right now, they're in a position in Canada, and we may have an election this spring or maybe in fall of this year. And the Conservatives are saying to resolve the housing crisis that we have in our country, we need to build more houses. But it would be very difficult to do that. It will take time, and they don't want to go to the solution that is easy and efficient, stop that mass immigration. So that will be a very interesting electoral campaign because I believe that the People's Party will be the only party that is on the side of the people and putting immigration in front during that electoral campaign.
So let's move on quickly to you are against the what you call the pro-transgender Evo madness. So there's also been a big backlash to the woke agenda in the United States recently with the Trump election and the ending. Most major or many major corporations are ending what they call DEI.
The book of all the horses in the world.
But we have that here in the States.
I love my book collection.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so with that stuff that did not come
all
from
the
bottom
Disney
up,
classics.
that came from the top down, and came from places like BlackRock. And so it's been explained on our show by a guy named Christian Parenti, who knows all about this. That
Engineering.
That's a good way to break
I just
up
got
workers,
this for Elliot
to
right
keep
before we
people
moved.
divided, keep them fighting over identity politics.
Engineering
so they
for
can
kids.
come together along class and economic lines and unite as workers. Would you agree
Walking
with
with dinosaurs.
Absolutely.
Look how big this
And we
fucking
have
thing
that
is.
in Canada. DI and woke ideology, it is everywhere here in Canada. we are the only party that is ready to do the cultural war.
Yes.
What Trump is
He's
doing
right.
in the US.
Canada
And
is
actually,
really
I started
fucking
to
the
speak
ones
about
that
a couple of
have
years
slipped
ago,
really
when
far.
it was not popular. When I said, you know, a girl is a girl cannot
And
be
look
a
at
boy,
this.
and a boy
A
cannot
science
be a girl. There's only
encyclopedia.
two sexes. And, you know, that's the reality. But there's no transition also, you know, that does not exist. Nobody can transition and being the other sex. And we have the same challenge that you have in the US. We have, you know, boys or men playing in women's sport. We have biological men in jail who are saying, you know, oh, now I'm a woman, and they're going to a women jail. That's all happening in Canada also. We have also big corporations that are pushing the woke ideology, and we are speaking about that for since the creation of this party. We need to, you know, instead of diversity, it must be unity. Instead of, you know, equality, it must be equality of rights. And instead of inclusion, it must be meritocracy. So yes, the common sense must be back. And now more people in Canada realize what is happening. And I want to thank President Trump for that, because now we have that discussion in the mainstream media about what President Trump is doing in the US. And it was very hard for me to bring that discussion in the mainstream media because they are canceling us. You know, our mainstream media are you know, socialist activists and woke activists, so they didn't want to have us. But now they're in position, they cannot, you know, not speaking about what is happening in the US with President Trump. So now more people understand that, you know, we are destroying our Western civilization by doing that. So the cultural war is very important in Canada, and we are doing that war here.
So, do you think there will ever be anyone held
Game of
accountable? You know,
Thrones.
Trudeau invoked the Emergency Powers Act. And
Yeah,
he
exactly,
demonized
Miss
the
Leedy.
truckers who were standing up for liberty. And they weren't anti-medicine. The truckers were vaccinated at a higher rate than the general population in Canada. They were standing up against
This book was in
tyranny.
jail with me.
And they were standing up for bodily autonomy. And so, you know, Trudeau and the press in Canada demonized them, called them.
This is an original copy, an original print of Gone with the Wind.
Called them Nazis. And then they invoked the Emergency Powers Act, which I understand that the High Court in Canada said that was not properly.
It's not worth very much though, because it's the book club
Nobody seems to have to
version.
pay a price for any of that. So do you
So
think
it's
anyone
just
will ever be held accountable?
awesome.
Would you do so?
I read it. I read it when my, remember, I don't know if you guys remember when my cell phone got disconnected and I cut my Starlink cord literally the same day basically.
We don't have anybody, Trudeau and all his ministers.
So I didn't have any internet or phone for like 2 months.
As a minister, nobody is
I read that shit.
And yes, our position is to be sure. I was there during that freedom convoy. I was in Ottawa. That was, you know, a celebration of our freedoms. We knew at that time that we will win that battle, and we won. A couple of weeks after that, these draconian measures were not enforced anymore in different provinces in Canada. But, you know, that was a celebration of our freedoms. That was not, you know, nobody, the media did a very good job.
I read this too, Henry.
But now more people understand that what we did at that time, being against that
About
narrative,
Henry
fighting
VIII.
for freedoms, we did the right thing. And so we have all the proof right now about these vaccines, so-called the vaccine, they were not safe and effective. That being said, these people must be responsible. And our position as a political party is to have a parliamentary commission and bring everybody and having a real national discussion about what happened during that COVID hysteria. Now they don't want to do that. They want to turn the page and everything is okay. We won't turn the page. We need to, these people need to be accountable for what they did to Canadians during that time.
Well, I just have to push back a little bit on you, Maxime. Even though the serious adverse events from the COVID vaccine was
The boxcar children.
a lot of people say is unacceptable. The FDA and the CDC in the United States still say that the vaccines are, in fact, safe and effective. And even though they don't stop or the transmission or contraction of the virus, which is what I used to think that vaccines are supposed to do, they don't do that anymore. But I'm told that they do slow the spread, even though everyone got COVID, and they'll keep you from getting seriously ill or hospitalized or death. So that's the beauty of those vaccines. Anyway. I have to. I just want to. So you were arrested. You were wrongfully arrested by the cops up there. For you were attending rallies with supporters. Can I just show this and then you can tell me what it was all about?
Yeah. Oh shit! There's a whole shitload more. God damn it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Park with your RCMP.
Yeah.
I can get you step out of the vehicle and place you under arrest right now.
Yeah.
Go down there under arrest for the provincial health orders. Okay, so if you can put your hand behind your back, face towards the vehicle. Okay, give me one hand here.
I'll just use the vehicle, okay? Thank you.
The other hand. Do you have any weapons or anything on you, sir?
Weapon? No, no weapon.
Anything on you?
Only my words.
Only my words. That's right, man.
No, anything will hurt you. Only my words. Only my.
We have a
philosophy,
cat
only
that's
what I
running
believe in.
around, so definitely be careful.
This way. I'll explain a few things to you here right away.
So what was that all about?
She's
That
pretty.
was political repression. I was arrested, handcuffed, and put in jail for 12 hours.
What a pretty girl.
Because I did a rally. Not a rally, actually. It was a meeting with 5 people in a park outside, because at that time you didn't have the right to have more. You didn't have the right to have more than 5 people in a park playing or speaking together. And I was speaking with my team to be ready in Manitoba for the next general election and having our candidates ready for the election. That was in summer 2021. And I was planning a rally, a big rally in Winnipeg, Canada.
No, it is taking the dye off of it. I knew it.
That was political repression for that.
Oh well, it's better that it's bleached and safe than full of fucking mold.
That it was planned with a lot of people over there. So it's crazy. That's what happened in our country when you defend freedom of speech and speaking for freedom. Actually, I was not proud to be a Canadian at that time, and I must say that I must thank the U.S. media, because that was all over the U.S. media, Fox News and Tucker Carlson. But in Canada, our mainstream media didn't want to speak about that. That the leader of a national party was in jail for fighting for what he believed. That's why I said to the police, do you have something that could hurt me? I said, no, only my words, only my philosophy, only what I believe in, because we are doing a battle of ideas, and we have the right ideas, and I'm ready to debate these ideas, and that's what I wanted to do. But they arrested me to be sure that I won't be able to do that.
So let me ask you about, I'm a big supporter, we're a big supporter, because the healthcare in America is horrible, right? We have the worst outcomes of any of, advanced
Hypnobirthing. If you are pregnant or you plan on having children, I highly recommend that you read this book.
Healthcare outcomes.
Yay! Do it! Clean up! If you clean your house, you will feel better in your head.
And
you guys have no idea how I'm feeling so good.
Universal healthcare, or do you
so
think we should
happy.
get rid of it and privatize it like the horrible system we have in the United States?
Yeah, thanks for asking. You're right about saying when you are in hospital, you're gonna have a good treatments for
my grandma bought me this.
But the problem with that socialist system that we have in Canada
when I was
is
in
the
jail.
waiting list. There's people
I was in B23
for surgeries. So what
that was the zone I was in.
It's a mixed system, not the one like you have in the US, but like
more
in Europe,
yoga books.
when you will have a universal coverage for everybody. But you will be able to choose if you want
Woman's
to go to
Herbal Apothecary. It is absolutely
like in
destroyed.
Switzerland,
That's
in
not
Germany,
salvageable.
and other countries like that. They are more efficient. We need to have more competitions in our system, and that will be the solution.
I need to give this back to my
Now we are
sister-in-law.
spending a lot of money, like you in the US, but we have huge waiting lists for surgeries. We need to
It's like,
fix
how
that.
did like one book that's in the middle just get soaked, but nothing else got soaked?
With a mixed system,
So
but
weird.
everybody will be able to have a universal coverage.
Okay, you know, in the United States,
Pippi Longstocking coming into
we have Medicare for people who are
your
65 and older.
fresh-faced
Everyone
redhead
seems they
girl,
can't
you
wait to get
wanna
to that.
know.
And I know I had to get a surgery, and it was a 4-week wait just to have a consultation with a surgeon, and then I was going to have to wait who knows how long to have the actual surgery, and that's and I was for my gallbladder, and I had gallbladder attack, and you know, if you ever had that, I
It's
thought
the worst
I was
ever.
dying, and so I just went and
I had to
paid
go
for
have my
it,
gallbladder
out of
removed.
my pockets. My
An
insurance
emergency.
company dictated
They took it out.
the doctor I could
March
see. That's the funny
13th,
thing, you know.
2020.
People are like, oh, you don't want the government to run, and I'm like, no,
The
I
day
want to get
COVID
the
happened.
government to pay for the bill. I want a private doctor. I want a
Look
private
at
hospital.
the
and I
witchcraft
just
book
want
is
the
completely
government to send the
untouched.
check. Right now, I have Blue Cross. I have a capitalist who makes money by
It's all
denying
my
treatment,
books.
and
There's
that's
even
a
more
bad
over there.
system in
Fuck.
the United States, and so it's
Okay.
it's horrible. So I wish I could, you know. It seems like we're having a hard time over on this side of the Atlantic figuring out healthcare, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
here in Canada, if I may add, you know, you are waiting a long time on the waiting list. And so what people are doing is they are paying for their pockets to go to a private clinics. That must not be that. You know, everybody must be able to choose, and they will have a public insurance. So that will be the government who will pay for that. Put
Fucking
more
clog.
competition in the system. That will solve. And there's good system in Europe, not like you in US, not like us in Canada. So you have 100% private, if I can say that, and us, we have 100% socialist system. So let's have a mix, half and half, and that will be the best system.
You know, I know Australia has a mixture, and they always come out on top of the healthcare rankings, and so, but yeah,
They went lunatic
guaranteed
too. They were
coverage
fucking confining people
for
to
everybody. I'm all
camps.
for that. Good luck to you. I hope you get a chance to experiment and fix it. You know, and because it certainly isn't working correctly. I've heard a lot of people say that, but at the same time, I haven't heard anybody. I go to Canada a lot on my tours, and I haven't heard anybody who wanted to trade their system for this horrible system we have in the United States. So at least you have that going for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's part of our platform. But the bad thing is, you know, these establishment political parties, including the so-called conservative, they don't want to speak about that because they're not ready to have the discussion and the arguments. The opposition will say, oh, that will be like the US, private and all, and they're not ready to fight and to educate the population. So they're for the status quo, but the status quo is not working. And we are ready to have this discussion with Canadians, and more Canadians understand that there's other systems that are better than what we are having here in Canada.
Okay. Maxime Bernier, I really appreciate you are the leader of the People's Party in Canada. I appreciate you coming on and letting our audience hear what you had to say.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Have a nice day.
Okay, you too. Come see us on tour in Dallas, Austin, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for the link for the cheapest tickets.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like Donald Trump is playing any games as of late. Sorry, so all of this is he has just given us a major update on the Epstein files, the JFK, MLK, and RFK files that, of course, all of us are so impatiently waiting to, of course, receive and have, since, of course, they signify a larger change to society.
So we got a whole
that,
bunch of
course, will
paint.
come when all of the names and details are revealed. Now, what is going to be revealed here? What will be
really
the
think I need
major
the vacuum
big
for that
implication
one.
here? Let's get into it right now. As of course, this is big news. This is something that he has promised, he has run on, and so far, it's been kind of a big fumble. let's just be real with ourselves. Let's just be honest. You know, a lot of people in this space usually are just cheerleaders, usually are just followers, usually don't like to kind of question things. But overall, when it comes to this release of declassified documents, a lot of people were expecting it to be released very quickly. A lot of us were promised day one, and when that didn't happen, a lot of us had some very serious questions. We still do, but I think the implications are very grand here, specifically when it comes to, you know, the larger powers that be that assassinated previous presidents of the United States that were never held accountable for their larger actions that are probably still at play here, that probably also took the shots at Donald Trump, that Donald Trump knows and understands the bigger implications of, as we're getting multiple reports of Donald Trump increasing his security and doing a lot of...
He's not going to get killed because he's doing everything Israel wants. So that's the only one. Israel's the only one that does that.
Allegedly has hired
no one else actually tries to do that. It's literally just Israel. And Israel, like, dresses up like Muslims or Arab people, whatever the word is, whatever the correct lingo is. Israelis will dress up like that. They did it, the very first terrorist attack in modern history. You should look that up. What was it? What happened? Who did what? Just look it up for yourself. I'm not going to say nothing. Just look it up. What was the first terrorist attack in modern history? Who did it? Where was it?
From the right, from the alternative media.
It's very interesting information. It starts with Israel. It ends with Israel. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever you might be thinking about her, it is extremely dangerous to release the client list, flight logs, all...
Don't you make excuses for her.
Even if they exist.
She took that job and she knew that.
The scenario here is that
That's how it works.
Bigger stuff, the hard drives, the tape, the videos, a lot of that stuff has already been kind of deleted. A lot of it has already been kind of swept under the rug. A lot of it has been kind of just cleaned up, which is really wild. It's really crazy to see this entire saga. Personally, I was a little let down myself when I found out that they were just sending out a letter asking for all the stuff, because you're asking criminals to implicate themselves in criminal behaviors. That's not going to happen here. I thought
Cash Patel fucking runs the FBI. How come he can't just do it?
With the actual evidence, and now they're
just excuses.
Found out we're asking the FBI. The FBI allegedly has dropped off a truckload of documents. Pam Bondi is looking through all those documents right now, and this whole thing has just been an entire mess from the very beginning of this, as we still don't have an official timeline of when these documents are coming out. But Donald Trump gave us a little bit more of insight into this just a few hours ago as he announced this during an interview.
A lot of intrigue surrounding the release of the Epstein files, Martin Luther King files, John F. Kennedy files. Some current and former FBI agents are saying, some of them telling me, that they feel the FBI establishment came out ahead in the standoff sort of with the New York FBI field office over releasing the records, and your Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding them but not getting all that she wanted. Is that process still on track? I think that's one of the most often questions I've been asked the last couple of days, to release these records on Epstein, MLK, and JFK.
Well, good question by Cheryl Atkinson here, by the way. She has done an incredible work, and she also has faced a lot of pressure from the intel agencies as well that went after her and her husband. So, great question. Let's see what Donald Trump has to say here.
Pam Bondi's done a phenomenal job in every respect. And there could have been some holdback. I haven't heard too much about it, but they could. But the bottom line is the records are getting out. The Kennedy records are getting out. Those are the ones I really wanted to see the most, were the Kennedys. And during my administration, as you know, I released a lot of them. But then a lot of people started coming in, people that I respected, people that worked for the administration, asked me not to release the rest.
Yep, all people tied into the CIA, tied into the deep state, tied into the intelligence agencies, as a lot of people were kind of left pondering here. Why? What was their justification, and what did they have to go to Donald Trump and say, you're not going to do this, when Donald Trump promised to do this in his first administration multiple times? He released some of the documents. He said, I'm going to release all of them. Never happened. Now he gives us a little bit of details. He's been naming names, and a lot of the people that he named specifically were implicated in subverting and sabotaging his agenda during his first administration, which then he kind of realizes and has been speaking out against. So this is a new administration. This is a new day and age. This is a new Donald Trump. And he signed that executive order, and a lot of people are still in limbo. A lot of people are still... And Donald Trump here specifically said, you know, they want the JFK files. What's going to be in those JFK files? That's going to be big here. But I wouldn't expect the government and criminal elements of the government to implicate the government and their own criminal elements within it. Would the government write a dear diary? Today we took out JFK because he didn't go along with the Bay of Pigs. And
It was Israel.
In the Middle East, and he told us that he wanted to.
You should read the biography that the head of the like top general of Israel,
who
like the memoir that he wrote.
Miami and create fake.
And then you should read the memoir his wife wrote.
In order to spur on a false flag operation that was
Those are pretty fucking eye-opening. It's pretty interesting.
to launch a war with Cuba. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, we just took him out. And journal. They didn't do that. Okay. Now there is a potential of us getting some big clip. Before playing the rest of the Trump clip, we still have 33 seconds of his kind of response here. Every word here matters. We'll get into that specifically here with what's going to be happening next year. We wanted to tell you about wearechange.shop. We got a lot of great products available to you. My first product that I decided to launch this business with was the Chill Pill. Chill Pill's really awesome, really great. It is ashwagandha. Not everyone should be taking ashwagandha, specifically if you're a pregnant woman, but for men, really good for your testosterone, really good for your exercise performance, really good for elevated moods. If you're dealing with stress, it lowers your cortisol levels. Again, do your own due diligence, do your own homework, make sure you're taking it and you're taking it for the right purposes. Again, a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, someone told me online to take it. Why? Why are you doing that? What are you doing? We have some resources available on wearechange.shop. When you click on the products right here, you're able to actually click on other experts talking about this particular stuff. But for me, I take this 1 month out of the year personally. And when I do, that month is usually optimized. It's usually during high pressure, stressful situations that I'm dealing with. And I'm like, okay, this is high season. This is make or break season. This is when I really need to focus. And I'm going to be going to the gym. And I'm going to be working long hours, and I'm really going to be burning the candles at both ends here. I'm grabbing for some ashwagandha here that has made a big significant difference. This is one of the substances that, throughout my kind of larger health journey, has been the biggest proponent. Again, I used to deal with anxiety, used to deal with panic attacks because of crazy stuff I saw during my kind of reporting on the front lines of some really sketchy, weird, horrible situations. And this stuff really helped transform me. And it helped jumpstart my health journey. And that's why it was my first product, because it helped me out so much. And truly, I dealt with a lot of stress doing this. Let's just be real with ourselves. It's not convenient being early on the Epstein side. It's not convenient calling out government psyops and secret crime. It wasn't convenient. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, very profitable either, especially the IRS. Again, we dealt with so much stress. And if you deal with a lot of stress, ashwagandha might be the right thing for you to take to help you deal with that. But again, do your own due diligence before taking anything into your body. Do your own homework. Now, let's get back to this particular clip here, as Trump kind of expanded more on his comments.
And I respected that. They gave me certain reasons, but I respected that.
What were those reasons? Okay, what were those reasons?
Israel is implicated. That's what those fucking reasons are. Oh shit.
What were those reasons they told you? Nope, you're not. You promised this. You're just not going to do it, Trump. Why? What was the good reason? What is going to be in those documents that's going to be revealed soon?
A bag of pens.
I did say,
too.
I must tell you, I said that probably wish I did release the whole thing because I have no idea what's in there.
Again, see, this is the same Trump that we were just talking about before, saying, kind of let these guys have their way here, and what were they hiding? Trump says that he doesn't even know. Now, he just recently did a big PR breakdown to the Department of Justice where he met Pam Bondi. They're going through a lot of those documents. What did Pam Bondi tell them? What was revealed? What was found out?
But since then, they found, and we found, 2,000 more documents with Kennedy. And the one they want most is Kennedy, and it's going to be...
Again, he
No,
reiterated
they want
that
Epstein.
the one that they want most is Kennedy. Why? Because, let's just be real here. If there is new evidence, specifically about a second shooter, it completely destroys the larger narrative of what actually happened here, and it highlights how there is a more powerful force out there than the President of the United States that is really calling the shots here, that is able
You're
to, of course,
Israeli.
extend the President out without any due course of
He said
justice.
Israeli.
That's big. That's huge. And I think that's what Trump's
Okay,
hinting at here.
now we have a bin for things.
There's a bigger, more powerful, unaccountable government agency out there that takes out presidents. And hey, I still haven't gotten any answers about the person who took shots. That report, the presidential assassination attempt report, was supposed to be released a couple days ago. Trump said if it had national security implications, he wasn't going to be releasing it, but he said he wanted to release it to the general public. What did he find out? Very interesting question. We don't know yet.
We release it's moving along, and it's moving along pretty rapidly. It doesn't go that
Weeks,
rapidly.
maybe?
Yeah, I say weeks, yeah.
Pretty rapid. So far, it's been very, to me, this is priority number one, and I explained why in many other videos.
Nice.
Because the bigger players at foot here, these intel agencies, they're still running around, never being held accountable. All the Epstein clients that hurt thousands of children, they're going to hurt more own children. They're probably in the process of hurting children right now. And that could all stop once you release these documents. Now, according to Trump's former lawyer, Abedin, she's saying that the reason that these documents are taking so long is because they're also related to secret grand jury indictments, and that they're going to be followed up with the disclosure of these documents, which are going to lead to the arrest of certain individuals. And they want to make sure that the timelines are correct here so these individuals don't have time to, quote, flee. That's the very kind of favorable explanation by someone who's not a part of the DOJ, not a part of the Trump administration, talking from behind the scenes and explaining that particular stuff. And again, I'll take it with a grain of salt until we actually see what is actually followed up here, because other people are saying, confirm. Yeah, we don't know. Let's wait. Let's do our due diligence here. Let's be respectful to all the parties here, and let's patiently wait. But respectfully press on this issue while also praying for the safety and courage.
Yay, they're my roller
of all those
skates!
involved when it comes to unraveling this large
Yay, my table chair is fine.
secrecy
Look at my
and
cool chair.
conspiracy and really just
It's a meditation
corrupted,
stool.
awful, evil behavior. That's essentially what's being called out here, what's being exposed here
I need
to the
to
general
vacuum it.
public. And again, this is something that's big here, as there's going to be potentially larger disclosures.
Yay, I got my
destroyed
skates.
a lot of the Epstein documents. Now, we have members of Congress,
They're
including
looking
government
good.
employees and bureaucrats, on notice saying that if you destroyed any evidence with Epstein, you're put on notice.
Vacuum the insides
Of
of
course,
them.
we will be going after you in one way or another. Now, when we look at this very tangled web, there's still people coming forward and making accusations against a lot of the people that are interconnected here. Harvey Weinstein connected to Epstein, connected to the royal family. They're all partying, they're hanging out together, and they're all two birds of the same flock. I think I said that incorrectly, but I don't care. As just recently, we got big disclosures from a major man, Jess Stanley, who lied about his connections to Epstein and about his
Is that the dog?
whereabouts
Yep,
and his
there's one of the dog's
doings
horns.
and all of the little weird, freaky-deaky things he did. As now he is spilling all the secrets on his
Oh, he's
ties
gonna be
to
so
Jeffrey
happy.
Epstein as he's trying to make a return to the banking industry. He got his banking license taken away because he allowed Jeffrey Epstein to essentially continue his larger money laundering and child trafficking operation. A big deal here. And we did a full video about this just a few days ago. Go check it out. Go on the channel and check out our latest Epstein before this one, and you can see the full deep dive on the testimony we are getting from Jess Stanley. Now, the corporate media is doing what they always did here, and that is to cover up for the larger predator class, the larger trafficking class, the larger monsters in our society that go to them and buy them. And Bill Gates is like, oh, here's a little bit of money. Now, I own you, P. You're mine. I control you. And the Independent, why is MAGA so obsessed with the Epstein files? Because it's the story of the decade. Because thousands of children were hurt here and they never got justice.
This is a clean
because
one.
the people who are being extorted and manipulated are still very powerful people in our society that are doing everything they can to subvert and go up against Donald Trump and his larger agenda. That's why. And again, NewsGuard is like, hey, look at this new Canadian Prime Minister deep fake of the Prime Minister of Canada hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, this is a fake image. I mean, deep fakes aren't even that bad, but this is a bad deep fake image. But they're using this one to discredit his larger connections to Ghislaine Maxwell, which he was pictured with, hanging out with, and having a very nice, cozy conversation. They were laying down on the grass, talking, hanging out, and talking. The guy has multiple connections to some very powerful people. And you're going to be telling me right now, oh no, he has no Epstein connections because there's a deep, get out of here. We know what you guys are trying to do here. We know what you're trying to achieve here. And again, we're seeing a lot of delays here. And a lot of us here are waiting very patiently to see what's happening next. According to Donald Trump, within the next few weeks, we'll be getting some bigger answers here. Will that be the case here? Again, we're gonna watch this story very carefully because this is the most important story of Trump's administration, especially early on. When we look at everything that is happening here, when we look at all the promises that have been made here, this is the tangled web that when you pull on the string of, the entire fabric of society unravels. As well as Hollywood, as well as education, as well as banking, as well as all the other top-tier elements of our society. And some would argue that string deserves to be pulled, and this all deserves to be unraveled. If you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. We are Change.shop. Get your ashwagandha. Take care of yourself. Start your own independent health journey. Worry about your testosterone. Take care of it. This stuff great for your teeth, by the way. Again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively subscribing, clicking the notification button, sharing these videos, and because you do, this is why I'm still here. This is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange.
And if she thinks that this show is going to bring a burst of life into their marriage, which is what she said in a People magazine, we're better than ever right now. And it's because Harry loves to see me in my passion project. It's like he loves to see you in your passion project. Does he also love to see you creating an emotional affair with the director? Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheer Denise. Today we're going to be doing the 6th episode of Megan's show, With Love, Megan. And I can't believe we've gotten this far. We are going to be doing episodes 6 and 7 and 8 this week, and then we're done with season 1. But apparently season 2 is coming out, which I just can't even believe that she managed to get a second season.
Yeah!
But of course, we also know that she filmed 16 episodes, and Netflix is just releasing the second half and calling it a second season. So it's going to be more of the same.
Baby.
The trajectory of this pitiful show has been so bad. It's been
my
so
God.
boring.
Oh
I mean,
my
it started out with a couple of episodes. It had a couple of moments in it to talk
my
about.
God.
The moment with Mindy, the moment with Roy Choi. But then after that, it's just been dull recipes with dull people.
It's perfectly
and the only thing
fine.
it has going for it is that the setting
My God.
in
I
California
cannot believe
is
that.
really beautiful.
Oh
The
my
production
God.
value on the show is very high.
Your comment wasn't deleted by the mods or anything.
She is
probably.
boring. The content is boring.
The last comment you made was same here, barefoot.
And it's just unfortunate because
But it would say deleted.
there's so much
Doesn't
money
say
thrown into
that.
this project.
Might
She
be
is an actress.
YouTube
Can she
did
act interesting? No. So in this episode, she is having 3 friends over for mahjong. Okay, and I know mahjong has had like a resurgence, and all the youngsters are playing mahjong again. So she is having her 3 friends over, from all different walks of life. And she says that one of the great things about learning a new skill set with friends is just that.
Oh,
It's
my
just a
little
joy. It's a
baby
joy to learn
man.
new things in life. She says that in every episode, and it's such a dumb thing. I mean, what else is there in life? Especially as an adult. I mean, you've done all those things. You've gotten married. You've had your kids. You know what your career is going to be like. What else is there for you to do except for learning new things? That's what being alive is. Would I do the same
He
stupid
used to
thing
have a
day
lot
in
of
and day
comments
out, call
deleted.
that
He would
life? I
know.
mean, it's like, what are you talking about, Megan? Why do you keep saying this like it's profound
Oh my
wisdom?
goodness. Elliot,
Anyway,
here,
overall, I would
muppies.
say that this episode is a 0 out of 10 as far as interest value goes, but we have a couple of side plots going on that we need to talk about, and I am for real, you guys. What is going on with her and that director? I'm like not even joking at this point, because I've seen all along her dependence on him, and he's over there, interjecting himself in this scene. Not necessarily because I think it was his desire and his will to be part of the show, but because she can't manage without him asking her questions, getting her talking, trying to make her comfortable. That relationship has become integral to the success of this show. And as it becomes a sort of a key
He
feature
can't
of the
delete
show,
your paragraph. He doesn't have
this
access.
conversation, this dialogue, this relationship between her and the director,
Kim, the mattress
becomes,
is
startlingly obvious
gotta go.
to me that she's sort of flirtatious with him and that he's that way back to her. And I am telling you right now that if I were Harry, I'd be up on that what in the world's going on around here? Megan, I don't know why you are making sandwiches for him, mandwiches as you call them. I don't know why you're doing that, or standing by the sidelines looking so excited as he eats your fare, but I thought that was something we shared. I don't understand what's happening here. Because really and truly, she is, as I mentioned before, she's constantly sharing food with him, tidbits. Taste this. I want you to have this. I'm going to make you this. And there's lots of other people sitting around that she doesn't offer drinks to, food to, snacks to, tidbits, nothing. It's also very strange to me that she consistently calls this guy, whose name is Michael apparently, she calls him Brooklyn. I don't know if he's from Brooklyn. I don't know if that's an inside joke. It's weird to have a nickname for somebody. And to use it openly, when we all know his name is Michael, to use it consistently, it seems very flirty to me. But we're going to talk about that today as I see it more and more on screen, because it's something that I think we should talk about. And it is something that I think is very weird. And I had stopped watching a lot of commentators talk about the show, one, because I'm just inundated. I cannot watch it and then listen to other people talk about it. I can't. But I also want my thoughts to be fresh, and I'm not just regurgitating and repeating a bunch of stuff that other people have said. So it could be that everyone's like a buzz. Like, what's going on with her and that guy? And I'm sure I'm not saying anything other people aren't saying. But I really want to talk about it. What is the deal? And would you put yourself in this situation of Harry, his wife is on set with this crew, and it seems very apparent that your wife can't seem to manage it without this guy, and he's suddenly interjecting himself, and now she's making him food, and she's being flirty with him and offering him this, that, and the other. And wouldn't you feel a little bit like, ew, I don't like the way that feels? I would. And maybe I'm just a jealous bitch that can't handle life, and the rest of you are like, whatever, that's just the kind of stuff that happens. You're just it's obviously just a work relationship. But you guys, work relationships are all the time turning into things that they shouldn't be. Because you do come to rely on these people, and you do look at these people as individuals to help you get you through the day, and they're the ones that are making you laugh. And this guy is throwing compliments at her right, left, and center when he need not. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, but let's go through the episode, and as we come to these moments, we'll talk more about it, and then we'll also talk about it at the end. Okay, long intro, I'm sorry, let's get on to the episode. This episode, she is having friends over. She's having 3 friends over to play Mahjong. Yes, the children are playing Mahjong once again, and it's all about making order out of chaos, as everyone says. Everyone who plays Mahjong now is always saying that, well, the reason that we love to do it, and they say in this episode too, is it's all about bringing order out of chaos. It's very, very, very cathartic, and it's just this thing that you can do, and you can play, and you can talk to your friends while you create order. I'm like, does anybody want to help me with my closets? We could do that too. Anyway, it starts out with her talking about how she's going to do a taco bar for her friends that night. Well, she's not. A local chef's going to come over and do it all, and she'll take credit for it. But that's the plan. So that night they're going to do it. And then she's going to need nourishment, though, because it's going to be a long day of watching somebody else cook and take credit for it. So she opens up the episode by making breakfast for herself. She's cutting.
I used
the
to
loaf,
literally wear
artisan
those
bread. She,
wolf
of course,
ears
makes
all the
avocado
time.
toast because what else could
Everywhere I
she eat?
went.
She's only from California, and so she's making her avocado toast. I would have liked her to toast that bread a little bit better. It looks like she's putting avocado on like a slice of bread, not toast, but whatever. We all like our bread toasted in various ways. I don't know how much her veneers can get through on that toast. So she makes the avocado toast, she makes the egg. It wouldn't be Megan food if she didn't finish it off with a sprinkle of flowers. Of course. Like, I don't understand it at this point. It's not special anymore, Megan, if you use it on everything. And if that's the whole point of the flower sprinkles, for this, like, special moment to elevate things, she must have used the word elevate 50 bajillion times. Could I gift you a thesaurus? Could you please learn another word for elevated? Is there no other term you could use? Aren't you tired of hearing yourself talk about elevated? But you can't call everything elevated by flower sprinkles. If you've elevated everything, then where's the elevation now? Do you know what I'm saying? So she makes the avocado toast, she puts the flower sprinkles on it, and then stupid Brooklyn / Michael / who is this director
Magic
who's
candles,
injected himself into the show?
Palo
Says,
Santo.
I am not mad at that breakfast. What a stupid thing to say. Can I just go on a tangent, please?
Okay, no, I
hate it
can't
when
watch
people say,
this.
I am not mad about, and what they really mean is they like it. Just say you like it. I don't need these mental...
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I freaking knew it, folks. Democrat approval is now hitting a 30-year low. They're collapsing in real time. Oh, this is just too good. I've been sitting here waiting, just waiting for the data to back up what we've been seeing with our eyes. I've been saying it the last couple of weeks. They're going to continue to tank into the gutter, following their ridiculous, cringe performances. There was no way the American people were siding with these absolute screeching, tantrum-throwing, doom and gloom projecting Democrats. It's been obvious for months. Every pathetic protest, every hysterical meltdown, every ridiculous over-exaggeration, all in this pathetic attempt to convince the people that America is in some kind of dystopian nightmare, thanks to Donald Trump and his fascistic policies and strong-arm overtake of the U.S. government. A constitutional crisis. It's been obvious for a while that it was a disingenuous propaganda play from the Democrats and it wasn't going to end well, it wasn't going to catch on, but the polling data has been a little bit slow, but now, folks, well, we have the receipts. A flurry of new polls just dropped. Let me tell you guys, this is probably the worst position the Democrats have been in my lifetime. I mean, we're talking about a historic collapse. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's first start off with the CNN poll. This is by far the biggest news that everyone's talking about. CNN just recorded the lowest Democrat Party approval rating in over 30 years. 30 freaking years. Take a look at this.
A brand new exclusive CNN poll that paints a brutal reality for Democrats as they struggle to mount a unified opposition to President Trump. Americans' favorable views of the Democratic Party's brand are at a record low, just 29%. That's compared to 36% for Republicans. It is the lowest ever recorded for Democrats in CNN polling, going back more than 30 years. As you can see, the party's numbers dropping a staggering 20 points in just 4 years.
29%. We're talking absolute bottom of the barrel, a level of rejection and humiliation not seen since 1992. And also remember that this is a CNN poll. They're one of the least accurate, most left-wing biased pollsters in the country, meaning the actual number is probably even lower. We're talking absolute devastation level. And if you ask me, they deserve every little bit of it. The Democrat Party has become a party of embarrassment. This is what happens when your entire strategy is just mindless, childish opposition. You know, I'll just say it as frank as I possibly can. They look like absolute morons. And what they're doing right now, well, it's just simply not how you win people over. This isn't how you gain trust. This is what happens when you completely lose touch with reality. And the data is proving that. They're acting as if we're in the biggest existential crisis of all time. There's a call to activism all across the country, but it's totally misplaced, like I keep saying. It doesn't meet the moment, and the data's starting to prove that. Let's just go straight to the right track, wrong track numbers, which is probably the best indicator about how people are feeling. Well, the right track numbers just hit 44%. 44% of people surveyed believe the country is heading in the right direction.
First of all, the mood of the country, this really jumped out. We asked folks, is it in the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44% you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 34 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction of the country.
And as NBC News pointed out, the last time this number cracked 40% was in 2012, meaning the country is now more optimistic than it's been in over a decade. Do you understand what that means? For the first time in over a decade, people are actually starting to feel optimistic. They see things improving and they like the direction that the country is going in. But Democrats can't shut up about how everything is falling apart, how terrible everything is. It's so incredibly stupid. Instead of acknowledging reality, instead of adjusting to the fact that Americans are feeling good about the country, what do? They double down on the negativity. They scream that Donald Trump is a fascist. They pretend the economy is collapsing when it's really rebounding. They pretend the border is out of control when crossings are down 94%. They're literally fighting against the sentiment of the country. If people feel good and your entire brand is everything is a nightmare, you are going to lose. You're going to look utterly disingenuous. If you continue to build these narratives that we need to stop Donald Trump because what he's doing is so bad, but pretty much everybody supports what he's doing, you're going to look like an out-of-touch, disingenuous moron. And if you build your entire brand around your hatred for Donald Trump, all based under the premise that the people hate him too, and therefore they're going to side with you, well, you better be damn sure that the people actually hate Donald Trump. But as we know, and increasingly so, the opposite is becoming more and more apparent. People don't hate Trump. No, rather, Trump is growing on him. And again, the data's proving that. Trump's approval is now sky high. According to RMG research, Trump's approval rating just hit a net positive of +10. He's sitting at 54% approval rating, and that's up from the last poll, meaning his approval continues to go up. It's almost as if the more
That's
Democrats
because
act
he's
like
Israel
petulant
first.
children, the more the
And
people
the
rally
polls are
behind
run
Donald
by
Trump.
Israel.
They are feeding the Trump machine, and they don't even seem to
He
freaking
is the
realize
chosen
it. I mean, how can you be
one
so
now.
clueless? It's crazy what the woke mind
This guy
virus and
never
Trump
fucking.
derangement
That's
syndrome
why I
will
don't
do to
like this
people,
guy.
or I guess in this case, due to a political party. And just when you think that they might take a second to reflect, maybe realizing that they're driving their party off
He's
a freaking
so
cliff.
close.
Yeah, the Democrats prove once again that they have no ability to be introspective or self-critical, and they're just doubling down. The problem isn't them, no. They just need to do more of what they're already doing. That's continuing
He's
to
so
take the party
close.
into the ground. Take a look at what top Democrat Chris Murphy just said during his appearance on NBC News.
Our new NBC News poll, as you just saw, shows the Democratic Party at an all-time low approval rating. Why do you think Democrats are failing to connect with Americans at this critical moment of urgency, which you describe?
Well, it's what I just talked about. I mean, I think Americans want the Democratic Party to stand up and fight and to take risks. Listen, I understand that had we gone into a shutdown, even for a handful of days, it would have been difficult. But it would have sent a message that the Democratic Party is not going to be bullied by Donald Trump. We're not going to let them write spending bills unilaterally that cut programs for people we care about, that give the president new and extraordinary power. I think Democrats in this country, but I think the broad middle of the public as well, want to see our party fighting in exceptional ways. That is the conversation that has to happen inside of the Democratic Party, inside our caucus. And if we don't get that right, if we continue to work with Republicans, if we continue to hand Donald Trump more power, we are going to lose our democracy.
His response is, we're taking in the polls because we're not fighting Trump enough. Are you crazy? That's a rhetorical question. These people are crazy. But seriously, that's the takeaway? These people are hopeless. You're tanking because of the mindless resistance and the constant fighting of Donald Trump. Trump's trying to do good things for the country, and all you guys do is try to get in his way, either with your protests or sicking your Obama judges on him. It's just mindless opposition for the sake of partisanship, and it's done in the most overly dramatic and theatrical manner possible. People aren't buying it. They're not on the same page as you, and your response is that you need to double down and do it even more. This party is done. In fact, I don't think I have ever seen a party implode to this level in such a short period of time. They're out of touch, they're angry and bitter, they have no solutions, and clearly they're running political opposition based on resistance rather than governance and good ideas. And it's backfiring harder than you could imagine, and at this point I just don't see a way out for them. They aren't adjusting, they aren't learning, they're just flailing harder than ever, digging their hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And now they seem to be hitting rock bottom numbers, and at some point, something's gotta give, right? Not that I want that, but at some point, just like an addict, you're going to be faced with two options when you hit rock bottom. Continue your destructive behavior until it all falls apart and there's no coming back, or wake up and turn your life around. That's basically where the Democrats are at. It's either overdose on Trump derangement syndrome or come to a sudden reality. I guess we'll have to see what they decide.
Damn,
Anyways, that's pretty much what I
all
got
my
for you guys
seeds.
on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.
Or
If you
Rob
did, make sure to leave a
Sands'
like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Over the weekend, across the country, a few thousand morons protested outside of Tesla dealerships because they're upset that Doge, headed up by Elon Musk, the Department of Government Efficiency, is cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. These people want the government to continue to waste their tax dollars and ours.
Hey, Elon Musk has got to go.
Weekend protests at the Chicago Gold Coast Tesla dealership were peaceful. In New York, there were arrests after a demonstration at a Tesla showroom. Last week in Oregon, the windows of a dealership were shattered by bullets. And in Massachusetts, a Tesla charging station went up in flames.
And sadly, many Tesla owners are getting their cars keyed by those zombies infected by the liberal pathogen. This one you can see still wearing a mask, a COVID mask, in spring of 2025, completely unaware that Teslas have cameras around the entire perimeter of the car, since, you know, they are equipped with self-driving technology and surveillance systems, which are recording morons like this engaging in their felony crimes. So needless to say, these people are in for a big surprise. Captured in 4K, as the kids say, like this moron who didn't key the car, but thought he would still be clever and drew a swastika in the door of a Cybertruck, just using his finger on the dust, which a lot of people do on the back windshields of cars. If you do that on the paint, you can scratch the paint, so that can be considered vandalism. But because he did draw a swastika, that is considered a hate symbol, and so he was arrested for aggravated harassment. And there he is, and there is Elon equals swastika, although he drew the swastika backwards. I mean, what's next? Is the guy who drew the swastika on the Cybertruck, the world's most scary hate symbol, going to be found out to be a Jew? Oh, wait, what's this? The owner of the Cybertruck is Jewish, making the irony extra thick, and he is speechless after the Jewish Musk hater finger traced the swastika on his Cybertruck. This may be the most epic karmic boomerang of the year, because as you know, Jews have lobbied Congress and universities across the country to implement an Orwellian definition of supposed anti-Semitism in order to restrict the First Amendment and implement extra penalties against people who criticize their favorite country over the Middle East or any aspect of their culture. So here we have another Jewish guy being arrested for the very hate crimes that his community had lobbied so hard to get on the books.
When we think about the State Department definition, which seeks to codify what anti-Semitism is, it's such a flawed definition that it can virtually encompass any particular act without any real regard for context, although it pretends that it does. For example, the State Department definition claims that stating that a particular Jewish person has more loyalty to the state of Israel than they do to their own country is necessarily an example of anti-Semitism. Where the truth is that that's one of the fundamental premises of Zionism. And if you go back and look at the statements, say, of Theodor Herzl, who's really was considered the founding text of Zionism, he argued very clearly that Jews are one people, and therefore it's useless for them to be patriots to the countries in which they reside.
We found out there's a new restaurant that had opened that was run by the Israeli mob. Oh, yeah. And it was called Joey's. And called America. It was about one of their guys that
This one is almost as good, but nothing is going to top a Jew putting a swastika on another Jew's car and then getting arrested for a hate crime. But I don't know if you caught it there, but as this guy pulls in, the security camera on the Tesla clearly captured his license plate. Then he gets out of his vehicle, strangely wearing a USA jacket. Very rare for liberals. So this man has come down with a serious case of the liberal pathogen. He sees the Tesla there with his keys, then walks right up to it and does it dirty. He's looking around. He just can't believe, oh my God, there's an evil Tesla. Elon Musk is trying to save my tax dollars. And then he does this. But it gets even better because not only do they have his license plate and have him in HD committing felony vandalism, but this footage went viral on social media over the weekend. And then the very next day or 2 days later, some patriot in the community spotted the guy and recognized him and then confronted him.
Did you just key a Tesla the other day?
What?
You're on video. Yeah.
It's the same license plate. It's the same car.
This is the guy.
It's the same guy. He's wearing the same jacket. It's him.
You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just saw it.
Man, this guy has no idea what is coming.
It's all over the face. The media.
You know Tesla?
Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Well, you're on video. I plainly saw you doing it. You pulled up right next to it, and then you keyed it.
It's gonna die.
You want to bet?
Whatever.
Okay. Well, they got your license plate. I'm surprised you haven't been contacted by the police yet. I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, I saw you do it. I'm just curious. I mean, just because of Elon, you're wearing a USA T-shirt, driving a Korean car. Why would you key an American car? The guy's probably a Democrat that owns it. I think it's a woman. I mean, I'm just curious why you did that.
Yay, my rings! Hey,
You
there's
just
my
don't have
watch.
anything to say about that? Neither one of you guys do? Okay. You're handicapped, too. I mean, this is just kind of ridiculous.
Unfortunately, I only learned about the Tesla protests after they happened. But fortunately, Alex Jones was on top of the story and then decided to take his bullhorn and go pay them a visit.
Oh my God!
America is rising. America is standing with President Trump and Elon.
That is vintage Alex Jones. It's great to see him getting out of the studio and into the streets, but also great to see him still in the studio because not that long ago they locked him out of his own studio and took down the Infowars.com website. And then luckily, the very next day, after the entire liberal media ecosystem celebrated stealing the Infowars company from him and the website, then it was back online because a judge issued a restraining order because the bogus auction in order to supposedly sell the company was completely a sham. Also, he's lost, I think, almost 100 pounds. Pretty badass there. And the haters are claiming that he's been using Ozempic, but he's been posting videos showing him working out with his personal trainer for like the last year. President Trump has deported hundreds of criminal illegal aliens, despite a federal judge claiming that he supposedly didn't have the authority. So President Trump still just got rid of them. In spite of a bunch of blue-haired, gender-bending, COVID mask-wearing lunatics protesting outside of Tesla dealerships across the country, and the Democrats in Congress whining about Elon and President Trump saving our tax dollars, President Trump's ratings have reached an all-time high.
First of all, the mood of the country, this really jumped out. We asked folks, is it in the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44% you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction of the country.
Things are going so well that Lawrence stopped the hammering O'Donnell over at MSNBC, decided to take a week of vacation because he just couldn't take it anymore.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
Well, here's the thing. This is day 52. I thought it was day 92. It turns out it's day 52, Rachel, and I'm exhausted at day 52. And so I'm going to take next week off. And I'm telling you that now because I know you don't like it when I just drift away, and I don't. But just taking next week off. Then I can come back and go with you all the way to the 100.
No way!
I
I have a
know.
fucking
We all tell
loan.
each other you have to take care of yourself. You got to pace yourself. You got to be in this for the long haul. So I can't hold it against you, but I'm very sad.
Can you hold this against me? I'm going to get a head start by taking tomorrow off.
Well, you can take the rest of your life.
I have the coolest
you
stuff.
certainly won't be missed. Things are getting so strange that over the weekend, the New York Times published an op-ed admitting that the supposed conspiracy theorists were right about COVID, revealing that we were badly misled about the event that changed our lives. Well, we've been trying to tell you from day one. And even this whack job, Dr. Leanna Wen, this communist agent featured on CNN throughout the COVID pandemic, who said that people who didn't want to wear their mask should be fired from their jobs. People who didn't want to get vaccinated shouldn't be allowed to leave their homes. Now she, too, is admitting that many of the conspiracy theorists were right.
And that there was some truth behind. For example, people were concerned about the impact of the vaccines on women, were concerned about the impact of the vaccines on their menstrual periods. Well, as it turns out, there have been studies that have shown that there may be some changes to the menstrual period in the short term.
You want to go get the girls?
But addressing that is not a conspiracy theory. It's addressing this question.
You want to get the girls out too? My bucket is there, so just lift up the white thing. Don't like try to move it so it doesn't spill. There's like sink water and all kinds of shit. Food. I got some fur. Got a bunch of suede. And starting to get mildewy and moldy. Thank God I'm getting it. At least it's white mold. It's not like black mold. Not the dirty one, Heather. I did eat it a little bit, but that's okay. Rabbit fur. Looks good, looking good. It all looks pretty good, except that one piece. All my half-made vests. Some red suede. Part of my old couch. Dude, this is like suede leather. It's like got holes in it, like sporting, like basketball shirts or whatever, football jerseys. This all looks really great, dude. It's pretty fucking awesome. This is all in the middle and protected. Gray suede. Green suede. Leather. Pink, purple, mauve. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, deer skin. This piece of deer skin. I feel like it moves like fabric. It's so nice. Dude, I have the coolest stuff. Basketball Jones. Ever since I said basketball jersey or whatever, now I've had that damn song in my head again. Basketball Jones. Basketball Jones, oh baby. Ooh. One more layer cleaned. Oh, no, 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 no. Can't wait, I'm almost to the point where I can vacuum this little area. Still so much work. That side of the house is like the worst. I'm not looking forward to that side of the house. That side's over there is the worst. This is the least bad place. That's why I started here. So that I didn't have a fucking panic attack about it all. I need to take a break. Drink some water. Titanic! All right, I'm gonna go for a little while. I'm gonna let my phone charge. And then I'll be back. But I need to go like charge up and stuff and drink some water, eat some food, charge up like literally and figuratively. So I'm gonna go do that and then I will come back I'll be back here on Bigo. Because I'm gonna listen to some copywritten stuff, so I'll be on the other app. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Mwah. Yeah, so we've just gotten this area cleaned out. So that's what we've done so far. It doesn't look like really anything has been done. It's an absolute fucking disaster. We still have a lot of ugh, god damn it. And like the stuff down there is moldy bad. Those drawers are full of just like, the rats. So yeah, it's just bad. Something stinks. All right, anyway, I love you guys. See you soon.